Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Fox is a busy man.
Wars to win.
All right, everybody's here. So shit happened last time.
Statement.
It's been a hot minute. But if you need a refresher, I believe this map still has bodies. I didn't delete them.
That wasn't the map where shit happened.
Oh shit, you're right.
That map went pretty well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, no, sorry. I actually did have a second island map at one point. But yeah, there where things happened. People died. You managed to kill a walker. Then we had this map where shit happened.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Oh yeah.
And see, we still have our hastily drawn get GTFO line
Yes.
as we limped away with our 1 HP.
1 HP means there's still time for fun.
Which brings us
It's more than none, so it's
Galaxy map.
Yay for being the ship's mechanic.
Yep. So at Gil's suggestion, you made an emergency jump from Moncala to Serrano. I'll live from over here. And over the few weeks that's been taking, Red's been doing his best to effect emergency repairs.
Yep.
Um,
We're on condition track normal.
brings me to the next thing I gotta do.
Still have one hit point, but we're condition track normal.
No, you can start doing minor repairs. So it takes about an hour, then you do.
Really? Hold on. I can actually repair hit points
Yeah.
on the ship?
We have a toolkit. You can spend an hour, make a DC-20 mechanics check, restore 1d8 hit points.
Oh, shit. Well, then I can roll 1, 2, 3, 4 d8.
I didn't do it.
12. Okay, so we're at 13 hit points for the ship.
That's not a good number.
No,
Oh,
it wasn't.
you got 14 days to be making those repair checks. So I rolled a 5 there on the mysterious D20, which fortunately for you means nothing happened.
Wait, we got how long?
Yeah, it's gonna take you almost as long as the trip to Narshada.
Yeah, how many days did you say?
Yeah, about 14.
14 days.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's 24 hours in a day.
Yeah, I'm just going to assume that you repaired the ship up to, what the best of your ability.
Yeah, which I think brings us to full hit points then.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We're going to Serrano. We're going there.
Yeah.
Yay.
There are things the droid can repair. There are things you cannot. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. So, anything anyone want to do that we didn't do when we broke off last time as far as during the trip? Besides Red's constant fiddling with the fixings?
Yeah, that keeps me busy the entire trip.
Nope.
Me making sure we're on course and not being tailed.
I mean, your hyperspace is pretty given.
No, nothing I need to do.
Okay. Then it's time for me to do another roll as you come in system. Okay. You have managed to avoid having anything go catastrophically wrong.
Okay.
So Red's repairs have held as far as keeping the main integrity of the ship.
Yay.
And you find yourselves over heading into the system for Serrano. The map I made for Planet Collage, as has become tradition.
I recognize those ships. What are they doing here?
There's a defense fleet.
Oh, right.
The ships still work.
Yeah. Technically, these ones aren't painted in separate as colors that you're looking at, but there is still a defense fleet around the planet.
Okay.
It is greatly reduced from the heyday of the Clone Wars, when there was a much larger fleet here, but there's still a fairly imposing fleet of corporate sector ships, as well as some of the more homogeneous designs that you've come to expect from this time period. There's some Corvettes and patrol cruisers and such mixed in there with the older ships left over from Clone Wars. It has a new command system. Obviously, your usual projectors and everything else. You're patched now into the communications, and all that's left now is decide whether or not you want to land. I assume you do, because you probably need to fix stuff.
Yeah, probably have.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, go ahead and land, and let's check. There's really not much difference in the docking areas. Since Red has spent most periods of the entire trip knee deep in the guts of the ship here, he knows that you're going to need a fairly extensive sort of maintenance run and everything. So you'll have to land at least at one of the places with an actual proper repair bay, which has a docking fee of 20 credits due when you arrive. And you have now landed on Serrano.
I don't know this place, so I'm just gonna follow the group.
So what exactly are we seeing, like, on like the docks landing pad area?
So similar to Tatooine, it's an open roof building you landed in. Once you've docked, the roof kind of seals up behind you to kind of show that it's occupied. And so you're basically inside of essentially a giant hangar right now. There are certainly just people coming and going, but no one's really making any moves to your ship yet, since you haven't actually requested anything yet, besides just basic docking. If you don't want people touching your ship, they're not going to unless asked to.
Right, this is not like Tatooine, where they'd probably steal our ship without us knowing.
No Jawas to be custom with things either.
I also point out that this is definitely not Tatooine or Narshada. Tatooine, basically, the whole hangar was fucking abandoned when you landed. Narshada, I mean, there were some people, but they weren't in the hangar proper, just kind of hanging around the shipyard. Here, they're actual employees wearing actual clean uniforms and shit. This is a legit fucking facility you've landed at.
So Gil, you're the one that pointed us here. Do you have some contacts, or did you just know of this planet?
Know this planet. I've done some work here before. We can at least not have to sleep with eyes open while we're here waiting for repairs.
All right.
Yeah.
Grab the ship and go see the dock master.
Yeah, you go see the dock master, who is kind of tapping away at a console. He looks up at you, and he says, yes, the new arrivals. I've already registered your ship into the logs as an arrival. All that's left is the 20 credit fee. It looks like you've taken some fire. Am I correct in assuming that you're going to need some maintenance and repairs?
Yes.
Yeah. We have a local repairman we can get connections with that you couldn't get us referred to.
We're a bit backed up right now. There's I don't know how long you guys have been in hyperspace, but it's become a busy place out here in the galaxy all of a sudden. So I can certainly get you set up, but there's going to be a bit of a waiting list before they can actually get to work. And then once we do, we could get an idea of how long the actual repairs themselves will take. But I could certainly get someone in to see and make an assessment by the end of the day.
That'll work.
Okay, he nods, and I'm assuming you're going to pay him the 20 credits.
Yeah, I'll pay him the 20 credits.
Okay. As you pay him, he hands you a data slate that's kind of got like a bit of like a guide to the local area. He says that'll help you find any sort of lodgings or suppliers or anything that you need while you're here.
Alrighty. Thank
Thank-
you.
Oh, follow Gil. He's got the data slate.
And head back on the ship and let. I assume, is R2 still on the ship, or did he come with us?
I think he's still on the ship.
Yeah, I'm still on the ship.
Let R2 know we've got about a day to wait before they can get someone out to assess us.
All right.
Probably
I
come
deep
with
in
us.
binary.
You should probably come with us because we're gonna need to make sure that it sounds like it's gonna take a while.
Or you can stay here if you want. I mean, no worries about people trying to steal you once we're in them.
Yeah, I'll stick with you guys.
Okay.
I've done about as much as I can do here.
Right.
Make your way out of the docking facilities into the city proper where you've landed, and I'm assuming most of you have been out in the river for a while. In which case, this is definitely the cleanest place you've been in a while.
Mm-hmm.
This place is clean, proper. Most of the people walking around are well dressed, even the ones who don't even seem well off. Like this is a place where like the poor of this planet look like the rich of some of the places you've been the last some few months of being together. Yeah, just out in the city now. You have your data slate of interest points, places, different types of lodgings for where to stay, local cantina type establishments and shops and things. Another thing you do notice is that people seem to be kind of moving around in a lot of clouds today, and there's a lot of hushed whispers between people, almost like everyone can't stop talking about something.
Is it like with a perception check? Can I
Yeah,
try
can
and
we-
maybe make out what's being said?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right here.
quick perception check.
Yeah, I think I'll make a perception check too.
It was good.
Okay. Y'all did better than 20, so you're able to make out more than just a few words. You're able to make out like full snippets of conversation. There's a lot of talk about what happened on Mon Cala. It seems like news has already spread over the HoloNet. A lot of people are saying that the fighting's still going on. It doesn't show signs of dying down. Some people are talking about rumors they've heard. At least one person mentions they heard rumors that the Mon Cala pulled out some kind of like secret super weapon to start fighting off the Imperial fleet or something. And then other people saying, "No, that's ridiculous. Clearly, they don't have some kind of super weapon." No one seems to really have any concrete information on what happened, but everyone seems to know that something's gone down. There's no new concrete information coming out through official channels on Mon Cala, but unofficial channels seem to keep leaking information that there's some sort of full-blown planetary rebellion going on. You're also hearing reports that apparently there's rumors, again, through unofficial channels. A lot of people saying, my cousin so-and-so came through and said such and such, or, I got a message from my cousin wherever, like my old business partner or whatever, talking about how other planets seem to be similarly starting to have various levels of unrest. You're hearing talks of people say there's riots starting on certain planets over food or treatment by Imperials, armed uprisings in certain systems and things like that. There's seems to be a big buzz about the place about sort of this air of just open hostility against the Empire suddenly breaking out.
I'm gonna lean over to Gil. Gil, I'm not familiar with what happened with this planet. How are they with the Empire?
This is the heartland of the Separatists. There. not big fans of the Empire, but they capitulate.
Seems like our kind of place.
Mm-hmm.
They're the Warhawks. They'll act and want to fund and help out separatist movements or fights against the Empire, but when push comes to shove, they'll all abandon it. They like the idea. It's not a cause for them, it's a hobby.
Okay. That's
Um,
disconcerting, but that's best we can have for now.
Okay. As you're talking, someone kind of bumps into Kiri and drops something and just keeps walking.
I go and pick up the item, and what is it?
It appears to be a data slate.
Is there any like
What is
messages that are
on
currently playing, or is it like off?
It's off.
All right, I turn it on.
There's just a simple written message that says, you know, newcomers who are friends, please gather at Cantina on Sallow Street. And then it just has a symbol you don't recognize on it.
Okay,
Can I look at the symbol
sure.
with galactic lore? Would I know what this is?
Sure, go ahead and take a check.
Oh, I also have galactic lore.
21.
I'll double check something before I say something stupid.
Exact same, 21.
Yeah, no, it's not good. For the 21 of Galactic Lore, you don't actually recognize it.
So it's not familiar at all.
It is not familiar. As far as you know, it currently has no known associations with any government organizations you're aware of. But you do note similarities in the crescent shape to sort of the emblem that the Jedi Order used to have.
So, like the emblem of the Old Republic Jedi's?
Kinda.
Okay.
It appears to be some kind of an upward turned crescent symbol with another shape coming out of the middle.
Okay. I'm just gonna take out my own data slate, turn it on, and just copy down that symbol for future reference.
Right. Well, I think we need to get to a place before
Yeah,
we
let's get to the
discuss
cantina.
this. Yeah. Well,
Maybe an
before
idea
we
what this is.
talk about that, I think we need to get somewhere private.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gil, do you have a recommendation, or you're the one who's been here?
Doesn't actually take the chance to finally eat decent food and take us to like a restaurant or something.
What, the burger joint on Tatooine wasn't good enough for you?
Something better than Outworld than Rimworld as well.
Fair enough.
Okay. The data slate that you have from the Dockmaster has a number of eating establishments, complete with ratings next to them on how locals rate them. And there seems to be a pretty well rated place near the street, according to the map you have, that the slate that Kiri found mentions.
What was the street name again?
Sallow Street.
Sallow?
Yeah. Just Salo. Sallow.
So these interests align. All right.
Desire
This was
food and going to a bar. Funny that they're in the same area.
Yeah. If I were a betting man, I'd say this is a coincidence, but I don't believe in coincidences. Well,
Okay. Do you make y'all make your way to the restaurant then?
yep.
All right. You go to the restaurant. It is a nicer place. So let me. So this is actually more of an upscale dining establishment. So it's about 50 credits per person for a meal here.
Okay.
All right.
I prepare my credits for.
But you're definitely getting like a classy fucking dining service here.
Yeah.
Like it's not quite like 5-star fucking Michelin rated dining, but like this is certain like, hey, this place probably had a celebrity chef at one point type, upscale.
So basically, it's like like a Morton Steakhouse type level of.
No, more like the one of trendy like city place where it's like, hey, this is the cool place to go for like all of like a hot New York minute, and then the next cool hot place shows up, and then everyone goes there instead.
Okay.
I'll pay for my meal.
I pay for my meal.
Is there a sign out front that says no droids allowed?
No, in fact, a number of the patrons seem to have their own like protocol droids and such, and assistant droids. In fact, droids have not been super uncommon here. It seems like there's not nearly as much of a stigma on droids here as there have been on other worlds you've been at, and it seems especially with some of the more well-dressed or well-off-looking people, or at least the ones who look snootier, they almost always seem to be accompanied by some sort of protocol or assistant droid who's like carrying their stuff for them or whatever.
Okay.
And you will have a wonderful, wonderful meal. And you also get sort of an isolated table. The place is too packed. It's kind of a quieter place, so it's not that hard to kind of be away from people.
Here's a good question. We're not exactly dressed to the nines as a group.
Not everyone here is. Certainly you do stick out as off-worlders.
Yeah, I know.
But you do notice that there are a few other like off-world diners here and there throughout the establishment.
Oh, okay. So it's not like we're getting stared at.
This place was on basically the travel guide from the fucking Dockmaster. There's gonna be non-locals here.
Yep.
Well, I'm certainly interested in the leaflet you picked up, and I'm going to say that is a very old symbol for the Jedi Order.
Huh.
It's not.
You said it was.
No, he said it was similar to.
It's similar to the emblem of the Jedi Order, as in the order you were fucking in not even 20 years ago.
Who kept saying Knight of the Old Republic then?
No, that was mostly Carrie, but the Jedi haven't changed their emblem in like 4,000 years, so.
Oh, okay.
No, the lightsaber with the crescent under it has always been the Jedi symbol for fucking millennia, and this is a similar but different symbol. It's some sort of upturned crescent with something in the middle sticking up.
Very similar to the emblem of my order. But I am cautious. This also feels like it could be a trap. Gil, you know this planet. How likely is it that the Empire has set up a trap on this planet for, say, wayward Jedi?
The Empire? Not very likely. Someone else? Possibly, but they'd have to know you were a Jedi beforehand. Otherwise, they're just dropping pamphlets and taking out people who come to the city.
It should be a very weird way of doing things. Just gotta put that out there.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested in finding out what's going on.
Yes.
How about you?
Yeah. Especially with the. It wasn't exactly subtle at me getting this.
Well, we're definitely off-worlders, and the message seems to be for all off-worlders.
Yep.
And it's very vague. If you cannot work out what that symbol looks like, you would have no clue.
And with that, can I get perception checks from anyone who's trying to listen, for like anyone trying to drop in or any sort of just kind of like what's going on in the rest of the place?
Sure. I'm always doing that, so
I know at least one of you usually is.
I'm always listening out.
So Flux notices that that something seemed to have been passed around the restaurant suddenly. Neotech, you make out that people are saying, "Oh, it's that manifesto again, that declaration or something," and whoever's passing it out is starting to kind of get near toward your tables. They're kind of just going around, just passing these things out.
Okay.
And he's kind of like just offering. Like a lot of people are saying no because they've already seen he's handing out, but he's mostly seems to be just kind of looking at people who aren't clearly from off world, and he seems to be more interested in off world as he kind of starts heading towards you guys.
I'll look to him and nod.
He smiles and hands you an actual piece of fucking paper.
Have you ever seen paper before?
Yeah, that's the $1 million question. I assume you have, but it's very uncommon.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well,
this is something special.
Piece of paper say.
The piece of paper, if this works, should now be showing you your journals. And if it doesn't, I have a plan B on that.
Doesn't. Here it is. A map. A piece of paper map. It's not showing up at mine.
I thought so. So let me just add it to your fucking journals the old-fashioned way. Theory, neotime, red, fluxum. You don't have a handout in your journals. If Roll20 has completely shit the bed.
Yeah, that's worked. Declaration of Rebellion.
And it appears to be a document addressed to Palpatine himself declaring open armed rebellion against the Empire.
With that similar symbol.
With the exact symbol that Kiri has of the thing he found.
Okay.
Well, we solved the question of what that symbol was.
Interesting that they choose the symbol. I wonder if Jin.
Yeah.
You the day we met, you asked me about a brother.
Yeah, he's served in the Order.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Maybe we can go there and find out. Would just everyday people commonly just no? There's no way.
Connect this to the Jedi.
Yeah.
Probably not, unless they just were alive to know what the Jedi symbol looked like. They might kind of be like, oh, it looks similar. But like the common everyday person wouldn't necessarily make that connection.
Okay. I think maybe we both can find answers there.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
We might be able to find it.
That's what's going on there at the restaurant then, is a nice sort of 3.5, 4-star meal and anti-government propaganda.
That's got to be the weirdest way to say that. Like, oh, we enjoyed this meal. So, would you like a declaration of rebellion with your meal?
You get the feeling that this thing's been making the rounds for a while since whenever it fucking went.
Some people showed no interest at all.
Like there are people who could like, oh, this again.
Is there any? Can we see any like violent reaction to the guy? Like, is there any?
No one's like, oh my god, get this guy out of here. Like everyone's just sort of like, yeah, no, we get it, we've seen it. Go talk to the fucking off-worlders.
Yeah, so it's basically like either yes, no.
Yeah.
Later.
Give me skills in front of me. Is there an insight equivalent?
It's perception, isn't it?
Yeah, just give me another perception.
15.
25.
Okay, both of you get the gist that essentially whoever this is generally believes in whatever it is that he's passing out. Like, this is a guy who was fucking like, wow, I gotta make sure everyone hears about this thing that got fucking done. And everyone's reactions to it is kind of just ranged from, that's neat, I'm not interested, to, nah, I've already read it, it's cool.
Is there this is going to be a weird question, but is there a phrase or a symbol or something I could draw that I would be assured a layman would not understand, but someone familiar with the Jedi Order would?
Not really.
May the force
Not
be
really?
with you.
Apparently, I lost my connection to Discord for a sec.
Oh, sorry, Red. We didn't realize. I
I didn't realize you dropped.
apologize.
What was the last thing
That's
you heard?
fine. I don't know. It went out for like 30 seconds.
Okay, so
Oh.
no.
Okay, good. Yep.
Um,
We also just missed Neo asking the rambling question.
Probably.
Yeah, like if there's like some phrase or something that
Yeah, it's not like the Jedi had fucking code phrases or shit, you know?
we didn't?
No. Why would you? You're an open, law-abiding part of the fucking Galactic Republic who served essentially as a law enforcement branch of the government. Why would you have secret anythings?
Fair enough.
you'd probably use euphemisms.
That's like,
as your secret thing.
yeah, no, I gotta make sure I go down to the local police precinct and do the right secret handshake to let them know that I'm cool. If your police precinct has one of those, it's not because they're cops.
Can I do a use of force check to search my feelings on this? Like,
Can't you also use that to check see if there's force?
Okay, with what specific sort of goal? Like, what are you searching your feelings to determine?
I hate the way they say that, search your feelings, because it does sound stupid when you say it out loud.
Oh, yeah, I know, but still, what are you attempting to entreat the Force to tell you? Because that's what it is.
Is engaging in this flyer and the drop going to be a good thing, or is it essentially?
Does this have something to do with the Force, basically?
Yes.
Okay, roll it.
Can't fail it, but I'm gonna roll it because that's how degrees matter in everything I do with this fucking skill.
You're hearing a full John Williams that orchestral accompaniment going on in your head with the fucking Force theme right now. Like, there is some strong Force juju going on with whatever this is about.
I love the way you phrase that. Essentially, the Force is screaming at you, fucking go!
He starts to chew the band in the corner, just changes songs to.
Well,
I've got to go.
why am I mentioning like
that was a local favorite here in Serrano.
I'd imagine such a.
And now for from Tatooine.
Sorry, you broke up for me.
Oh man.
Broke up for me, Civic. What was that?
No, I was just making more jokes for how that's a local favorite here in Serrano. But now for a tune from Tatooine.
I just like. This is
How to
probably
phrase this to the group? Well, I've reached out to the Force, and it's screaming at me to check this out. I know
It's just
we're all.
the group picks the most awkward way of phrasing it.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know if anybody's realized his blinds are not
You
exactly.
could have just left it at something like, I sense the hand of the Force in this, like this was destined to happen. You could have done
Sound more awkward.
some weird, typical Mystic Jedi mumbo jumbo. Like, nah, man, I reached out and I could feel this, man.
Ah, so you also have tinnitus.
You just
That's
turn
not
the
what I
fucking
meant.
Lebowski yourself down.
Ah, you also have tinnitus. Good to know.
Alright, we
Oh my god.
that's well, is everybody in agreement we check this out?
Yep.
As well. I
Gil,
got nothing better to do.
you've been hesitant to seemingly engage in some of this stuff in the past.
You need to be back to the ship by the time we get an assessment.
What?
You need to be back to the ship by the time we get an assessment.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Right, well, I think we should finish our meal, and I say we head to Cantina.
Okay, give me a moment.
I like the way you. I was it because I rolled a natural 20, or is it was because it was always going to be that?
Honestly, if you'd gotten anything past like a 20, you would have gotten that.
Oh, okay.
Alright. So you go to Cantina, and because I'm lazy, I couldn't be bothered to find a new Cantina. So just pretend this isn't desert.
Okay.
And yeah, there's some people gathered here, some droids. One of the droids is tending bar. There's kind of a mix of off-worlders and locals. And I will point out,
to ask, is Vorn actually
yes,
there?
that is actually him and the same fucking bartender.
Huh. I'll walk up to the bar.
The bartender sees you coming, kind of has a "oh no, not again" moment, and then hurriedly finds an excuse to go into the back room. Like he's expecting you guys showing up to now equate with trouble.
And suddenly we hear angry pigment sounds in the back room.
I'm just gonna sit at the stool next to him and go, "Hi, Vorn."
For something like, "Oh, hell brings you all the way out here?
I see.
Last I knew, you were heading to Nashville."
We took a job from your
Cousin.
job for your
Cousin.
sister?
Cousin.
Cousin, yes, his cousin Val.
Your cousin Val, he sent us to Moncare.
Moncala.
Moncala.
Says,
Colony.
oh, it was you boys who took that job.
We took both jobs.
Did we?
One second. Oh,
Yeah, we
right,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
2-in-1 job.
Right.
Yeah, I heard someone took both packages. Small galaxy, it was you guys. I was just on my way to see my cousin when I got a waylaid here for a bit while helping our mutual friend who seems to have just got the reason the scuttle in the back. I don't know what that was about. I was just helping him start up a new life here, help him get off world.
Well,
why do you
Yeah,
guys
he puts a hand on the alien next to him, like, this is my pal Mo. Say much. The alien just kind of nods, goes back to his drink.
and
So what brings you boys here?
I'm going
Prepares
to
sous ship.
literally his cousin had us do essentially a borderline rebellion act. I'm just gonna slide the flyer over to him. This is what brings us here.
He looks at it with his little born smile of his, and nods, and he says, "I had a feeling you boys would get mixed up sooner or later." And he kind of slides it back. He's like, "I know about it.
Well, you
In fact, part of the reason why I was asking you boys about where those droids came from was in relation to that."
well, you seem like a man with connections. What do you know about this? Who should I talk to?
Oh, I was at the moment me. Isn't anyone else supposed to show up for a bit? When they do, I'm finishing my trip over to Tatooine, but for the moment, I'm just making sure that the word gets spread. I got in on the ground floor of this operation, helping some Sardas and whatnots kind of grease palms and get everything set up so that they could get everything going, and putting everyone in touch with everybody is kind of what I do.
This is stupid, but I want to do it. Is anyone paying besides the droid, Mon, and Vern? Is anyone paying attention to us?
No. I mean, there's a droid here, but I mean, whether or not the droid's paying attention, you have no way of fucking knowing.
I'm gonna. I take it Varn's got a cup. He's drinking.
Yeah, no, he's drinking.
I'm gonna do this. Use the force check. I'm gonna lift his cup a little bit. Not much off of it, but just a little bit.
So like an inch or so.
Yeah.
As you do, he kind of almost like he's used to cups doing that. Just kind of grabs it, puts it back down. I was like, that's enough there, go.
Oh, well, you have a very me, and I point to Kiri's character. have quite an interest in this, especially when you're using that symbol.
I guess for now, let's call them the higher ups. The idea from their meeting place when they finally got together and hashed out the details of this whole operation. A friend of theirs who was of that persuasion, same as yours, I should say, helped bring them together, and rumor has it, saved them from Vader himself. And that was the last anyone's heard of him, but they decided to use the symbol partly in his honor. With some obvious tweaks, so no one really makes that connection.
I'm curious. Do you happen to know who that person's name was?
Personally, no, but there was another one that traveled with him, who's helping out with some of the military logistics. He might know more.
Is there any way to contact them, or is that's prove yourself first type situation here?
Normally, yes, but you guys have done me a good turn more than once, and you certainly helped the Moncada rebellion more than I think you even know. So I'm willing to take a chance on you boys. If you want more, let's say, active and direct involvement, get the guys who were selling those droids to the old Timo on board and tell them to meet us on Dantooine.
Could you repeat that? You kind of broke up a little bit on my end.
I was basically telling you the people who are selling the droids, like aka the Separatist remnants, if you could convince them to get on board with it, have them come with you to Dantooine, essentially.
So have the people that are selling the droids. And
Yeah. So get your Separatist buddy to come with you to Dantooine, essentially, is what he's asking.
I'm gonna tell. All right. Well, we did do him a solid as bodyguards. When right before we took the job from your cousin, we left on good terms, and he may have hinted, and I point to his cup, about him knowing what I am, and he didn't seem all that upset. So I think there might be a good chance we can do that.
I mean, none of us from back then will be too upset about it.
Well, I think we don't know how long it's going to take to get our ship repaired. We took quite a beating getting out of Moncali airspace. Well,
space,
whatever you want to call it. So
The only one. There's a lot of people in the local area. There's been a lot of, especially in this zone, being such closely tied to the old Separatists. Quite a few planets tried to kick things off once the HoloNet news broke. So there's quite a few ships that found themselves coming here as one of the closest ports of call that isn't exactly friendly to the Empire. But I got some connections. I'll see about getting you guys to the front of that line.
I tell them which port we're at. We're waiting. We're actually going to head back, and we're going to get an assessment by the shipmaster end of the day. If maybe he tells us more, that'd be great.
It's like, I'll go have a chat with some friends of mine that way. If you swing by the docks in about an hour, everything should be set up for you. And since we're being all trusted and all, before I go, I'm just gonna let you with a little secret. I'm sure you'll get. And as he gets up, he puts something on the table and leaves the bar.
Okay, I grab it. What is it?
I want you to roll me an intelligence check.
Ooh, that's not great, but I'll try.
Did I roll in 2, being right there?
Oh, wow, I rolled really well.
That's a Clone Trooper's dog tag he just handed you.
Ah. That's very interesting to me. Right then, I'm gonna, as he leaves, I'm gonna pick up my drink. I'm gonna point to the droid, order a drink because I didn't order one.
Same here.
Pick it up and head to the booth where Gil is.
I'll also order a drink. And then head to where Gil is.
All done.
We've got in an hour. We should get back to the dockmaster, and he'll have some news for us. Way to get us to the front of the line.
I also want to point out, Neo, dog tag says V049 on it.
Okay, would I personally understand that?
Well, if you squint at it, it looks like it says Vorn.
Okay. Fuck you.
And
What
and
exactly
here
did
I
You
thought
gotta high enough intelligence to make that connection, but I was curious if you'd actually make that
No, I
connection with
really,
the
I
alphanumeric
wasn't
code.
paying attention.
VO79?
Yeah.
No, V049. The
No,
V0,
what?
VO, and then the 4 is the R, and then the N of 9 is the N.
well, that's where our Nurse Droid connection. Only they've
Yeah, they're all old clones.
they've never outright said in Pokemon that Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny are clones, but I think they are. I think we all deep down
No,
know.
They're
they
like
said
sisters.
that they're all they're all sisters.
Right.
Yeah. No, they have explained that, although a few are cousins.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Oh, yeah, a couple of cousins.
Well, we
Same
got
with
a
the Jennies and so on. Anyway,
well, Gil, we have a job. We need to head back to the droid makers and bring them to
Tatooine.
Tatooine.
Yeah, that's cool. We still got to get payment for our other job first.
Yeah, we can
this is true.
do that.
Yes.
It's a lot more important than whatever the fanciful
Yeah,
and all
fair
that.
enough.
Agreed.
Fair enough. But this is how we get our ship fixed. Apparently, most places are already full up. It would probably have taken quite a while.
We'll pay to expedite.
I want to point out that his helping you guys out was in no way attached to this deal. He was just going to do that because he likes you.
Fair enough.
Attaching our name to these people simply to get our ship fixed.
Fair enough. Well, I think it's a good idea.
Yep. Good idea as any.
As long as we get money.
Yep.
Enough.
Because we can't
Alright,
fly around on an empty belly.
Speak
I
for
don't
yourself, flesh bag.
Let's put it this way: we can't travel around with an empty wallet.
That is also very fair.
So yeah.
Do you want to abandon this idea, Gil?
I think getting our money from the Val is more important than this.
Fair enough. I'm not gonna. There wasn't a timetable set. We
No
do
timetable
get-
set.
we can get our money first.
Thinking there's a good chance that all these idiots get their heads blown off with this stupid attempt at declaration.
Yeah.
Not the-
Maybe.
It won't be the last.
I mean,
A lot more dead ones than there are working ones. Alliances to take back the Republic and such.
I'm not sure the Republic needs to come back, but I definitely think something needs to go. That is my opinion of it.
Yeah.
But this is a chance for Jen to maybe find more information about his brother. Chance for me to find out what happened with the rest of my group. And I want to try.
Fine, I'll tag along then.
Okay. Gil is definitely. I would say we pick
He's the
up
consummate professional.
Your character. You're not happy.
Gil is not happy about this.
Okay.
He's the consummate professional.
Anything else you want to do at the bar now, or?
Yeah, I think we've done what we needed at the bar.
Yeah.
All right. Finish your drinks if you got them then, and go ahead and head out. Do you want to give Morton the hour and finish your drinks doing that, or do you want to stop off somewhere on the way back to grab any supplies or anything you might need?
Is there any? I don't think we really need to go shopping. I think we did that on the other planet pretty well.
Yeah,
Unless there's someplace Gil wants to go to or that he knows of, I'll tag along. I just don't see anything for me.
I don't have any place to go to right now.
Yeah, not neither.
We go back to just basic Serena as you head back out, go to the port. As you arrive, the dockmaster nods at you and says, "All right, some of the boys have been able to get in and take a look at your ship. It looks like you took a lot more damage on the inside than it looks from the outside, but we can get you fixed up and ready to go. It'll take us about a week and a half to do the actual repairs, and we can get you in day after tomorrow. We would have had to put you off like a week or so, but I don't know. So apparently you boys have friends. One of the local nobles came by and said that he's got some business he wants you to take care of. So he wants you ship shape and ready to go."
All right. Is there never mind. I could ask Gil that. How much?
He kind of starts looking at the inventory of everything that needs to be taken care of, and it's one wrong way. It's like, all right, well, you're going to need your basic maintenance routine. That's going to cost you about 200 credits. Not desperate, but you guys want to top off your fuel tank. Maybe stock up on some supplies. You can do that in your own time. We won't worry about that. The actual repairs themselves probably be about another 800 credits. So let's call it 1,000 even for the whole job, and we'll get you up fixed and on your way.
I'll go ahead and pay that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go up to Gil. I know you're not happy, but is there some place you know to get work around here? We're gonna be here a week and a half.
I can put feelers out in Cantina. I can search around.
Mm-hmm.
Anything for a week. I mean, you could just relax. It's a nice planet. You're getting a big payday from Val, so
Yep.
And if that's what we want to do,
you
Oh, as you're talking, the dockmaster kind of like snaps his finger, like, "Oh, I almost forgot. There's also some accommodation vouchers for you boys from this benefactor of yours," and he hands you an information slate that has directions to a fairly nice looking kind of lodging. Based on there's some images there of the place. Apparently, they're paid for your stay, however long it is at this place. Pretty nice. Just a couple streets down.
okay.
You have essentially acquired free average lodgings for the duration of your repairs.
Okay. Good. Well,
Not the best, but it's kind of like a But not a Holiday Inn because it's more of a budget, but like a Hotel Marriott type deal.
So there's some accommodations, but it's not like there's a masseuse on call.
Yeah, no, you got individual rooms with individual bathrooms, and the drinks aren't included.
Okay. Well,
I seriously doubt the droid gets a room to himself.
You got a closet.
Unfortunately, no. The droid will have to double up with somebody or stay on the ship.
yeah.
I probably will stay on the ship.
Well, we've got a place to stay. We've got a week and a half. If we don't want to work, I think we earned a rest.
Most comfortable downtime you guys have had since this campaign started. Is weird to say. Most comfortable downtime staying at essentially a fucking budget hotel.
I don't have anything to do for the week and a half, so if someone else does.
I didn't expect most people to.
At some point during the week, Gil just slips out of the room unannounced and just walks around the city for a while, taking in the sights.
I stay on the ship and oversee the repairs.
Alright. Brad attempts to oversee the repairs of the workers who simply ignore the droid.
We shut that thing up.
Yes.
What does it
It
say?
keeps beeping at us.
Their thing don't even got no restraining bolt. What kind of fool
That's
has a droid without a restraining bolt?
At some point, Red pisses one of them off. I mean, Red gets pissed off, and one of them looks at the droid and goes, "Did you hear that thing say something?" No, it just always boops and beeps, and Red just goes, "Oops."
At one point, Red just aims the blaster at the back of one of them when no one's looking and just decides, not today, and puts it away.
Then it's have fun and chat with the other battle droids we bought. I'm sure they're stimulating conversation.
As they're slowly going more and more independent and crazy from the lack of memory wipes.
Doesn't happen that fast, does it?
With the B1s, it does.
Really?
Yeah.
I know
The thing with the B1s being so chatty, it's because by the end of the war, they were overloading them with so many programs they weren't able to actually handle. That the reason battle droids tended to be so weird and goofy is because they were literally loading more programs than they had memory. Because they started putting in programs that they weren't designed for, like fire suppression, piloting. But yeah, assuming that these are the same normal kind of stock standard battle droids that would have been at the end of the war, flaws and all, without regular memory wipes, this boy's going to start getting real chatty.
Could probably do something to that.
Would my character know about that?
You don't really have a reason why you would, but you would know, like, when he starts being all like, I'm going to talk through everything I'm doing as if I'm somehow narrating my life for an unseen audience, that, it may be some weird early onset, like, droid, like, sentience thing.
Started believing he's in a film noir.
Everyone says, stay in the closet. Why do I have to stay in the closet? I don't know how I feel about that one over there. He's got that glowing stick.
As long as I can maintain them from trying to take over the ship or anything.
Oh, they're not going to try to take over the ship, but he's going to go from being a quiet, stoic, like, episode 1 droid to a full Clone Wars cartoon series droid pretty damn quick if you don't memory wipe him.
Yeah, I'm not going to memory wipe them. I don't.
Yeah, no. He's going to start talking back and rogering for no reason pretty soon. You've had him long enough, it's going to start setting in.
Okay. I'm not going to I'm against memory wipes.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just warning you now. You may want to address the idea that this droid is slowly going to become an actual talking NPC.
Yes.
And is probably going to have a stoic friend who just hangs out on your ship all the time, having their own wacky adventures.
Okay.
We should just give it a clone trooper helmet and see if it somehow activates a program in it.
That's probably a bad idea. I'm just gonna meditate for the week and a half, essentially.
For the week and a half, I'll just be like going out and about in the town, like trying to like maybe pick up like rumors or maybe try and get maybe more of an idea of what like the general sentiment is of this whole rebellion thing.
Keep an eye on the news and the word of the day type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd just be like a basic gather intelligence check that you can do to get that. We'll just say that just kind of covers your stuff for the week.
It's actually going to go missing for about 4 days during this.
Okay.
Gather information is a charisma skill? Okay.
I mean, yeah, you got to talk people up, get the information out of them. Yeah, you're still able to get like the basic sort of HoloNet feed and newsstand stuff. Like there's plenty of places where there's just a HoloNet feed playing on loop in like a window type deal. So you're getting word that certainly whatever's going on is spreading. There are a number of planets now openly defying Imperial rule. There's word of someone actually challenging Imperial space forces on a large scale to assist some of these planets. Actual like capital ships and cruisers are being spotted, engaging Imperial forces over unruly planets and things. The general thing is that they're trying to play it down as this is just a bunch of uppity, insurgents on the official channels. But people are definitely talking about how they're hearing from people that this is a lot more organized than anything up till now has really been outside of the really early separatist resistances.
Okay.
Okay. And
This will either blow over or turn into something hot.
For the record, that I was trying to roll to see if my character, who's mainly just meditating and staying in his fucking room, would notice Gil gone for 4 days. It was a high DC for that, and I did not get near enough.
Yeah. In 4 days, like I can't stealth roll absency for 4 days.
Yeah, but I'm also basically absency myself for 4 days.
Neil's been stuck in his room and has just not noticed 4 days goes by.
Yeah.
Just assumes Gil's been about since then, just not been paying attention.
Yeah.
Still get up.
All right, to put it into roleplay it a bit. Bly is trying to process that he got such a strong message from the Force.
I feel like you'd still get up to pee at some point. It doesn't get dealt with in Jedi meditation, but I feel like you still have to pee.
Bly is distracted because essentially the Force reached out and touched him and told him, "Go."
He uses the Force to transport his pee.
Oh
to the
God!
receptacle.
The amount of stink and terribleness that would be. I assume there's a bathroom in the room.
I'd assume so.
Yeah. That is the bathroom.
In your meditation, you relieve your bodily fluids and transport them to the receptacle.
That'd be weird. That'd be very weird.
That's one thing I never understand about science fiction, fantasy stuff like Star Wars. They never do address having to go to the fucking bathroom.
You just do.
In Star Trek,
Actually, I think on like the official manuals they mention what like where waste management and stuff is on like the Falcon and stuff.
yeah, that's
Like, no, the Falcon has a bathroom and shit.
Star Trek does because every fucking room has a bathroom in it. Just you never see one of them take a shit, and the joke is by Riker's actor was there's only one toilet in the whole ship. But no,
It's right here. You knew exactly where it was.
Yeah. But every fucking room had a bathroom. So it's just something I think most people don't contemplate. And the only time sci-fi does, it's like, oh, look at this gritty, terrible bathroom. Like,
Or, it's played for comedy. Like, look, they poop in bags and shoot it into space.
yeah,
Or the 3 seashells.
yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of all that, I'm going to call a quick 5-minute break. We'll probably wrap up our time waiting for the ship to get fixed when we're all back.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
And knowing Phlox, we will never know what his character did during those 4 days.
You'll investigate now.
Well. Part of me is metagaming it is I don't want to investigate because that's rude. But also
Yeah,
my
no
character
reason to.
my character also just kind of took a big hit to the head with what happened. So
Yeah, you're still ringing from the force screaming at you?
yeah. Like that's if Sovic had not phrased it that way, I'd just brush it off, but he phrased it like, nah, the force reached out, grabbed your arm, and yanked your ass across the room or something.
Force pimp slapped you for asking a stupid question.
The fuck's wrong with you, boy?
Of course you go. Go now.
I will be right back.
All right.
I'm switching to a new router, so this will be fun.
No worries.
Already
set it up.
Now, I want to ask Flux. You as a person is okay with what happened. It's just your character that's upset, right?
What do you mean? What happened?
Bly essentially taking on a job without asking you.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
What?
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. Gil's the one who has problems with that.
Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure I didn't I
bother you specifically for doing
Yeah, no, Gil made it a point to go sit away from everyone. So I thought, no, he's letting us handle this. So I thought it would be fine. But then I didn't Gil's reaction, and I'm thinking about it. No, we never asked him. We probably should have. A little late now, but what can you do? So let me get this straight. AT&T was bleeding money to the point that they were they at one point they essentially were in an anything goes sale. Now they're looking at acquiring Discovery for $150 billion. No, Discovery is valued at $150 billion. There's no information on how much AT&T is gonna pay. Big business is weird to me. Last year, gotta sell everything. This year, spend a shit ton of money. Uh, every single fucking story gonna be this way?
Now, when I got up, I hear my wife playing Deep Rock in the other room. I could have sworn one of the dwarves yelled Hoopastank. I was very confused for a hot second.
Maybe.
Like, what? Why do these dwarves know Hoopastank? What the fuck?
Are you questioning the Deep Rock dwarves?
I mean, if listening to Hoopastank, yeah.
You have no right to question these dwarves. You know what they've dug for you?
I do. I've been there. I've done the dugging. But could even say I taught them how to dugging. I do not apologize for that.
Flux, I mean, I like that. I like that one quite a bit. Uh That was good. I will be right back. For some reason, I'm being called, and we're still waiting on Rhett.
Okay.
What's going on? Far too hot. I'm back. Ooh, XC. Ooh, wow. That's good. I'm back.
Welcome back.
I say we give Red 3 more minutes and he can just
Yeah, he's trying a different router.
get him up to date afterwards. Flux, is that from the same episode or is that 2 episodes put together?
I don't know.
I thought you and Sovik liked that show.
What show?
Eric Andre?
I mean, it's alright. I like the memes.
Okay. It's the case of
Eric Andre's a show that spawned a lot of funny moments and good memes, but overall is not a great show.
Fair enough.
That's kind of the catch-22 of Eric Andre.
Red, are you actually with us?
No, I'm not.
Well, you don't sound like you're with us. You're a ghost.
Yeah, just give me a moment.
No worries.
Honestly, Neil, I kind of feel like Robot Chicken kind of has the same problem sometimes.
Oh no, there.
Like, I like individual skits of Robot Chicken, but there are sometimes entire episodes of Robot Chicken where it's like,
Dumb.
that was okay, I guess. Yeah,
I mean, Robot Chicken's about to do a whole special on Archie, and I don't give a flying fuck.
right, yeah. Like, either they're making fun of something you care about them making fun of, and you like the joke they're doing, or you don't know or care about whatever it is they're making fun of or referencing, and you're just kind of sitting there going like, I guess that was funny.
I mean, I will say, I don't think there's ever been a joke they've made about something I cared about that I ever got upset over.
Right.
Or got annoyed with, but at the same time, that would still be more of an emotion than
I can at least give them this credit. They have a better track record than SNL.
Yeah.
SNL needs to stop.
I do have to say though, I haven't liked SNL in 20 years, and also, I don't understand why Eric Andre's show is supposed to be funny. I really don't find it funny.
It's their own. I don't like it either. I think it's more just Tim and Eric style comedy, but
Which I can't stand Tim and Eric style comedy.
And like I said, my opinion of Eric Andre is there are individual jokes and moments that I think are actually genuinely funny, but they don't make up for the entire show as a whole.
You know, I think the memes are better than the actual
That's kind
show.
of what I said. I like the memes. And usually the moments that spawn the memes are the best moments of the show. The problem is that means the show is almost exclusively liked because of the memes those specific moments spawn.
Pretty much is what I'm suspecting as well.
Are we all here?
I don't know.
I think so. I was Flux stuff the way I need to tell anybody.
I'm here.
All right, sorry, I was just switching my router to the new one.
That's all right. I've been having router issues lately myself, so I don't know how annoying that is.
Yeah, I just replaced my shitty piece of shit one with a decent one, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so Gil checked out for 4 days at one point. No one seemed to have noticed.
Yeah, he'll probably come back around the time, a little bit after the time when we need to leave. So
Okay. No one else seemed to have anything they needed to do. So I guess we'll start with Gil coming in as everyone's getting ready to leave out.
Well, I didn't realize you had left. Have you been gone long?
Moving on for a bit.
Uh, anything you want to talk about, or is it all personal business?
You know,
Fair enough.
he wants to get cooped up in a hotel for a week.
Fair enough. Well, our ship should be done. Go get our payment, and then we're off to go to a moon.
Yep.
And Bly gonna go up to Gil. And Gil, I apologize. I realize we should have asked you before agreeing to it. It's
Is that what you think the issue is? I don't give a damn if you agree to jobs now. It's attaching our name to this stupid endeavor.
no, I don't think that's the reason. You've been very clear that you think any sort of rebellion is a dumb idea. But I still felt like I should apologize for not letting you know before agreeing.
Fine. Why do you accept it?
Hmm?
Okay.
Let's get back to our ship.
Alex, is your character pro Empire?
No one's asked.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we'll put out. No one's actually stopped it. Actually, like really dissected Gil's politics.
Look,
Frankly, no
Why?
one sat down and dissected anyone's politics. The only politics that have really come out is Red's self-preservation and Neo's self-righteousness.
Yeah, pretty much.
or Bly, Gil made a point to point out a bounty for Jedi, and then Bly joked, maybe we can get my bounty higher, and that was just kind of the deal. If Gil wanted to turn Bly in, he would have done so by now.
Perhaps
So
he's waiting
you
for it
think-
to get to a good price.
That's the joke in Bly's head. Gil's waiting until I get a decent bounty over my head.
Who says it's a joke?
I guess we gather up and head to the ship.
An update on all the bounties.
Gil's just an average, everyday member of the crew until he finds the dark fruit.
Yep.
Whatever the fuck Blackbeard's fruit was called.
Wait, are you telling me what's his face with the slingshot actually got a devil fruit?
That's Usopp.
So stop. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
He doesn't need a devil
Bring
fruit. He's
it
friends
up.
with Sniper King.
As we're walking, I'll ask Gil. You've made it known you think the rebellion idea is a stupid one. Is it more than that, or
I think we had a chance for a rebellion about how long ago was the Clone Wars? So like,
At this point, it's been about 17 years.
I think we had a chance for a rebellion about 17 years ago. And a lot of the galaxy decided, we don't want that when things were good for them. And now when things aren't good for them, they're all ready to start the fight again. I don't care anymore. The galaxy got what he got. It sucks, but should have fought for it earlier.
And the people wanted this. Well, the people in charge, effectively wanted this, basically.
I think people are easily led.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
think sometimes it takes seeing things getting bad before they realize that they need to do better.
It takes it happening to them for them to want things to get better.
Generally speaking,
They didn't care. They were glad to rally around forcing others to the Republic. They were happy about that.
Yep.
But once the Republic turns evil, like the Separatists said, hey, now it's a problem.
I can't deny that.
Generally speaking, people operate in the notion of, it doesn't affect me, so why should I care?
Well, I've adjusted to the system, so I don't care anymore.
Hey,
Well,
Come along if there's pay, but don't ask me to get attached to this cause.
fair enough.
I'll keep that in mind when we go talk to the droid
Speaking
mate.
of pay, we probably should restock the ship. Top up on all the stuff we need. Fuel, food, ammunition, stuff
Well,
like that.
I'm finally almost broke. I'm down to 550 credits.
Alright, I got 3,000 credits to spend.
Okay.
How much would it
You all
cost?
done with the talking?
Uh,
Fuel is about 50 credits per day of fuel.
okay, and this thing can go... Basically, it's as far as what we can carry as far as food goes. And we can carry...
Yeah, that's my assumption, because there's no rules on how big the fucking gas takeout Starship is.
Yeah, we got
So I'm just going to assume it's the
60.
same as the consumable limit.
Okay, so give me a minute to do some math.
And I believe you've been traveling in total for about a month or two?
Yeah, basically we started 60 days of food, we're down to 22.
Yeah, assuming you've been
Yeah, about a month and a
keeping
half.
stocked up as you go, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And how much would get topping up the food be?
Food is 10 credits per living creatures on board per day. So since you have 3 living people, it'll be 30 per day for food to restock.
Okay, could you type that down in the chat so that way I can make sure I get
Yeah, I'll do both. You.
Okay. That's a lot. That feels like a lot for fuel.
Okay, that's...
I mean, Tibetan gas ain't cheap.
I mean,
What do Star Wars ships even run on?
Vanna. The ship Cloud City was refining.
Tabana gas?
Yeah. They basically refine they refine Tabana gas into both fuel for their ships and the energy for like their lasers and weapons.
The more you know.
And Tibetan gas is just fancy MacGuffin for the shit specific gas giants are made of.
Well, I'll be down to officially 45 credits for this trip to fill this all up.
Okay.
There's apparently a purer form called interstellar gas. What the fuck?
Well, I'm officially the poorest person in the group.
Yay!
Right, so you get yourselves refueled and restocked. Your ship's all repaired. Even threw it a fresh touch-up paint. She's looking good as new.
Is there any sort of message for us waiting when we get back?
No, just the dockmaster. Being on duty as is his job. Just kind of checks it with you guys and says everything's fixed up, good to go. It was a little touch and go with that old hyperdrive of yours. You may want to consider replacing that at some point. But we got her back in working order and everything's all good.
Alright,
Okay.
gotta replace the hyperdrive.
Well,
How much is the hyperdrive replacement?
Is it 45 credits?
No, fuck no. Depending on what you wanted to get, a replacement for your current class 3 is 1,500 credits.
That's it.
Alright, so
Yeah.
What
But I will
do I
point
want?
out, upgrading your hyperdrive. I have been stupid and I misread how that works, and I have been working on backwards information. You can in fact get up to a class 1 hyperdrive.
Now, class 1, that'd be the fastest one,
But
correct?
that is the fastest one that you can legally get. But it requires 3 emplacement points instead of 2, so you would have to give up some of your smuggler compartments to get a faster hyperdrive than what you have installed.
We give up the
and
flowers.
I would not recommend giving up a little bit of smuggling space at a reputable port,
We
since
give
that's not legal. So I'd recommend if you're going to do that, that you do it at Nar Shaddaa or at some other port that you find at some point down the road.
and we
Uh,
give up
Who does shady
cargo
things?
space?
How much would it be?
I believe with your ship, I think. Oh, I lost. Here we go. I think in your case, it's just literally like 1 ton is 1 point.
Oh, this is my asking about just giving up normal cargo space.
That'd be our smuggler.
Yeah, you could also. I think you could also get mobile cargo space. Hang on.
Yeah, we had this conversation before, and it's like for 1 ton of cargo space, we can get 1 point. And I think we have
Okay, the number of tons of cargo equal to a starship's cost modifier to equal one replacement points.
How much space can we hold legally?
So we have.
You have at times
I was thinking like
5.
4 tons. I mean, and get 4 points, but that's something for down.
Okay, 5. So you'd have to give up 5 tons of space out of like your. I think it's like 60 that you're sitting at with your smuggling compartments.
No, okay.
Still, how much is the upgraded engine?
I mean, it depends on how fast you want to go.
Cargo capacity is 60 tons. So
Just going from a ×3 to a ×2, it's 2,000 credits to get the ×2,
Okay.
25 to get a 1.5, and 3,000 to get a 1.
so is that like
I'm
compounding
going
cost,
to-
or?
I want to invest in the 1.
I will point out it will take time to install.
Yes.
We can probably not something we want to do right now.
Time in days.
How many days?
It depends on how many. It depends on how many people are working on it.
Yeah. Things are
And
in
again,
high demand
I want to point out they finished working on your ship, and there was a backlog, and you were already jumped to the front of the line once.
Okay.
So again, somewhere down the line, you can upgrade this hyperdrive, as in not here.
Yep.
As in, I am definitely ponying up the money to get the 1 drive.
We're putting we're pooling together some money for that.
Right.
I can just cover it right now.
Mm. Well, we could say we'll do that, but for now we need to take off.
Having a faster ship is within my best interests.
Okay, yeah. You have 60 overall tons of cargo space. 2 of those are in smuggling compartments.
So we have 62 technical. We can get rid of 5 of the legal stuff, so it's 55 plus 2. So
No, you have 58. Yeah, 58 legal tons.
oh, it's 58 legal. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Overall, you have 60. 2 tons of that is smuggling compartments.
Okay, I thought it was
That's
like
fine.
okay. I misunderstood that. I thought initially it was like new 2 smuggling compartments
Yeah.
were added in.
So if you reduced your overall tonnage down to I think 53,
yeah, that'd be 50.
then you'd be able to get a faster engine down
I
the
think
line.
that's fine.
Down the line, we can work with that.
Anyway,
So, before we move on, while we're still talking about ship stuff, no one ever brought it up. Did we lose our missiles?
I mean, lose your missiles.
Weren't they
Did we lose them?
essentially attached on? They weren't.
No,
No,
Oh.
it's I think like a
no.
figure
You have no slapdog components. All your components
They're internal.
are within your placement limit.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought. Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you can have things over your ship's limit, but if you do, critical hits will essentially destroy them because they're not basically factored into the various safety measures of your ship. So the wiring will blow out beyond repair because you essentially just have such a bunch of wiring running along the floor, or it's just slapped haphazard onto the side of the hull and it'll decouple on a crit and things like that. when they're factored into how the ship works, then they don't like break permanently on crits. It's how upgrading things works.
Yeah, that's why we didn't want to go over the limits for anything.
I'm ready to go get paid. Anybody else?
Same here. Yes, very,
Same
very,
here.
very much happy to get paid.
Go back to the galaxy here. So you are now also much farther away from your payday than you would have been from Moncala. So it is going to be close to a full 4 weeks to get back to Nar Shaddaa.
Okay. I don't think we have any business anywhere else right now. At
No, not that. If no one had any sort of detours they wanted to take on the way to Nar Shaddaa,
Nope.
then we'll just go straight to Nar Shaddaa. And I'm assuming there's no new.
Unless there's any kind of like rabble rousing happening, nothing I could think
One-
of.
Once we get to Nar Shaddaa, though, I think we should probably see about upgrading our hyperdrive.
Yeah.
I mean, that
I
would
will
be,
pony up the money entirely myself for it.
I mean, that would
You
be the
said it was
place to
$3,000,
go.
right?
$3,000 for a ×1. Yeah.
Yep. I will pay for it.
Okay.
Alright.
There was nothing else as far as travel. Then we will just switch back.
Can we
down
get to the
Shaddaa.
same essentially dock that we had before?
You can.
I'll pay for that. It was 25 a day, if I remember right.
Yep. So you get the
We still-
same.
I'll get 2
We
days.
still had you had some left over still.
What? No, that was a while ago. That ran out. I paid for a week.
Yeah.
All right. That dock
Okay.
was empty for about 5 days. That's about what happened with that. I'll pay for
So
2 days.
you get to Nar Shaddaa, you go ahead and you land at the same dock again. You pay the excuse me. You pay your docking fees. Red himself is probably not going to be able to negotiate your repair, so I'm going to assume someone's going to go with Red to get everything set up with tracking down a hyperdrive, while everyone else goes and gets your payment.
I think
Yeah. I can go with
Jen
him.
can go with Red, and I'll go with Gil to get paid. Is that okay with
Okay.
everybody?
I'll just need a quick gather information from Kiri to see how long it's going to take him to track down a hyperdrive.
I will
Red's
do an
welcome to
assist.
try. Okay. Between the two of you, you will eventually track down a reputable hyperdrive seller, but that'll just take you a good chunk of your day. So while you're off doing that, we will cut over to Bly and Gil arriving at the casino to go get paid.
All right. There's the info desk again, right?
Yeah, same thing. There's like a greeter desk and
I will
bouncers and people walking around like assisting people.
just like
like
last
drinks
time. I'll
and
go up and say
things.
we have some business with
Well,
Val. Sorry, the V's keep fucking.
that's why I made the spreadsheet.
With Val, and I'll give him my name.
Okay. They nod and kind of move away a bit to talk to a comlink. And then after a few moments, they come back and smiles like he'll meet you up at his office. This gentleman here will show you the way. Then one of the bouncers kind of comes by and nods at you.
Okay. How's the general? While we were walking to the casino, in the casino? What's the general vibe? Is there anything changed, or is it just it's Nar Shaddaa, so nobody
It's marginal. Like, yeah, certainly people seem to be a little more excitable. Like there's much more conversation happening than the last time you're here, but it's not quite the same as Serrano was, where it's like there was almost like a sense of like palpable hope with some people and despair with others in Serrano. Like there was a wide mix of emotions happening as they were kind of processing the idea of like essentially a second separatist movement happening in a sense. Or some people were like, "Oh my god, this is a great thing," and people were like, "This is just another thing that's going to doom to fail." Here, people are just kind of just like, "This is interesting. This is kind of fun news. Let's see where this goes." Like it's clear that this doesn't seem to affect them one way or the other. Other than you get the feeling some of these people are looking at this as fortunes to be won and lost as business shifts about.
Is there, as we're going through the casino to essentially the elevator, I assume, is there a betting pool for the war?
Not this casino, no.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a classy establishment. Alright. So you get taken into a rather nice looking office, and Val's there. There's his hat and his expensive looking friends. And he smiles. He's like, "Oh, I've been expecting you. I heard from well, I assume you know by now, I heard from my brother that you might be getting on board with the bigger picture."
I pull out the name tag. Yeah, he enlightened us a little bit.
Yeah, he nods at that and kind of he shows he's got his own chain around his neck and tucks it back into his clothes. Says a whole bunch of us were part of a batch made on Camino after the whole thing with the Jedi went down. Didn't end well, but enough of us got away that we started looking for ways to go with our original mission of fighting back against the Empire. We all kind of fell into our own little niches here and there. Empire kind of didn't notice too much about any clones, especially as there are really no official records on how many of us got made in that batch.
I mean, who would ever question a casino owner or a junk dealer?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Anyway, I believe I owe you boys some money. And he kind of starts typing up on his computer to get a credit transfer ready. This is let me think. Details a bit hazy. I believe I owed you boys. Was it 50,000 credits?
I turned to Gil.
30K total.
My bad, but yeah. We'll call it 50K. It takes a credit sheet out of his computer and holds it up to you.
I'll go over and get it. I appreciate for that. When it comes to the bigger picture, some of us are on board, but some of us are still in it for, and I motion to the chip. I think this might help when it comes to that.
I understand that myself. There's a reason I'm not a junk dealer like most of my brothers.
Well,
That said, you boys took a big risk, and things kind of got a little hotter than we expected, so you can consider that extra money hazard pay.
we already have a mission with your brother, but not really a job. Is there anything we can?
I heard.
Is there anything that might pay? What's going on?
Oh, always. I don't bother myself too much with that end of things. I just make the connections when the jobs are ready. But if you want to go straight to the horse's mouth, well, I'd suggest following through with what Vord gave you. He and Var intend to do the setting up, and then I, when needed, find interested parties here who are willing to help out for money.
Okay. Well, and that sounds like a plan. Well, it was good talking to you, Val.
Likewise. Please feel free to enjoy the casino.
I'm gonna hand the chip to Gil because he's the one that tends to hand out the money.
Gil's gonna pocket the chip.
All right. You have received 50,000 credits, and your business has concluded as far as the shipping smuggling job to Moncala.
I'm gonna ask Gil. Even at 30,000, is this normally how much a smuggling job would have paid?
All things considered, for what we did, yeah,
Fair enough.
we ran a blockade.
That is true. Well, the droid was going on about getting a new hyperdrive. That's what they said. Think we've gotten that paid off in spades. I really don't have a lot of use for money right now, but is there anything you need? Oh, no worries. The only thing Bly is thinking of is maybe getting like a medical droid to man the med bay.
I mean, we got 50K. We could just upgrade to a new ship. Ship didn't do great in that fight.
Yeah, that's true.
And despite the damage it took, it is still only considered used, so you still get the used value on traded.
I'm not familiar with ships. How
That'd be another 30K, essentially a traded value that your ship's worth.
So if we all pooled our resources, it'd be 80K. What
Which is
type?
funny enough how much the ship costs right now.
No. Yeah, I was about to say, what type of ship can we get for 80K?
Off the top of my head, I'm not 100% sure. I know Fletch was looking at stuff earlier. I don't know if he made a list of interesting looking ships.
Then I'll roleplay it. Gil, do you have some idea? Let's say we trade in our ship and we all pitch in this for this payday on a ship we could get.
80K for about 30K for our current ship. 80K depends on what we'd have to get something used, probably brand new off the docks. Anything good starts around 10K, around 100K. But we can always see what there are as options.
It's true. Well, we might
Out of
want to
character, I would rather keep our current ship.
I'll
They should probably discuss it with the group regardless.
yeah, keep in mind that Jen and Red probably are taking a while, and at this point they still wouldn't have found a dealer despite their roles.
Yep.
Would we be able to use our comms to contact them, or would
Yes.
comm traffic be far too much in Nostradamus?
No, you can use your comms.
I'm gonna come to Jen and Red, R2. We got a bigger payday than we were expecting, and Gil has floated the idea of getting a entirely new ship. Maybe we want to talk about that before we talk about upgrading the hyperdrive.
Did we get to the place for the hyperdrive, or are we still on the way?
You're still looking.
So while you're looking, this would pipe over your comms.
Yeah, suppose we could at least talk about it. What do you think, R2?
I don't know. I kind of like our piece of crap. It's our piece of crap.
There are many like it, but it is ours.
Well, that's 3, 4, and 1 against. I think we're probably gonna go talk about it. So I'm sorry to ruin your gathering.
Mechanics wise, your ship does have an enhanced bonus to checks made to modify and repair it.
Yeah.
Which is why I like it.
But it's also only a +2, and there are other ships that get that bonus. I believe YT series ships also get that bonus.
So
that's kind of why I like the ship, is because I've been fixing it so goddamn much.
I hate to destroy your wonderful gather information rolls of 5 and 3, but it sounds like you guys didn't actually need to make those. We had
5 and 3. It was 7 and 13.
Oh, you rolled, one of you rolled a 3 and one of you rolled a 5.
Yeah, that
Oh.
was the base roll.
So yeah, I think we meet up if that's okay with you guys. We go back to the ship and we have a think, talk. I think I'm okay with the current ship, but I'm also not against upgrading. I think Gil, you seem to float the idea of going and taking a look. Do we have any idea where we could do that for a say a used upgraded ship?
But it's no Shaddaa. But
You just walk into a dock, just walk into any dock that's occupied and say, "Well, how much you want for it?"
we can find anything here. It's one of the
Like,
beauties of this place.
I will point out something about Nar Shaddaa Neotag in rules is there's
Can you find it?
there's
Yes.
no penalty to doing black market stuff on Nar Shaddaa because there's so much shit on Nar Shaddaa. It is the black market. You actually get a bonus for trying to do shit on the black market in Nar Shaddaa.
Like, if it exists, there's a price.
So
If it exists, it's here.
is there like a HoloNet we can go through or something to see what's up for sale?
I mean, yeah, imagine if you find like a dealership somewhere of ships, you could find like what they're selling.
Okay. How about we do that?
Like they're literally car dealerships, but for starships in Star Wars.
Okay. How about we do that? If we don't find something that everyone kind of can agree with, we go with the upgraded warp drive, upgraded hyperdrive.
Yeah.
Almost. I do think we need to improve our shields if we're keeping this ship, though.
Definitely.
Yep.
Saying our ship is built for cargo hauling. It's not built for combat. If we're attaching our name to this rebellion,
We're gonna have to be a bit more combat oriented.
Yeah.
we're gonna start changing.
I'd still say that having something akin to the aluminum Falcon is worthwhile.
All right. We can let's go find a dealership. I think as a group.
And I still maintain that our ship should be called the aluminum Falcon.
Fair enough.
Really, you can only beat it though, and can't really put up a great argument.
I also maintain that is a stupid.
To each their own. I think it's
What the hell is an aluminum Falcon?
We bring back the name the Rust Bucket. Rust Hauler.
All right. I guess you want us to roll gather information checks then to try to.
It would be gather information to find out who's selling chips.
Okay.
I don't do gather information rolls very well today.
As I've been scrolling through the list of starships of the galaxy, trying to find anything you can actually afford.
I seriously doubt we can afford anything.
A lot of ships cost over $1 million.
Yeah, that's why we should just.
Or $1 million.
Yeah, there's a lot of ships that are over $1 million or over 100,000, even used.
Yeah, 100,000. That's not $1 million.
No, there's both. Depending on how big of a ship you're going.
Yeah, that's $1 million. So
Let's see. I want to look at this thing.
There's quite a few used starfighters in your budget, but there's not a room to starfighter for all you guys.
No, we've already went through that route before. There's no place for us to park it on this ship.
Looks like there definitely would be. That's 50,000. That's a starfighter. Medium transport. Here we are.
I think the other ones that might be your range are going to be the weird turtle-looking thing that's like the assumed default for one of the books, and any of the YT series ones.
Really should just keep the one we got.
Yeah, keeping the one we have might be the most
What's a
economic thing for the
Nova
future.
Courier? That looks interesting. It's twice. It's a little bit twice our budget, but I'm
Okay, yeah. You could get a used YT 1300 for $25K. The YT 2000 comes in at $45K used, and the 2400 comes in at $3,200 used. You're basically looking at the lineup of YT series transports if you're looking to buy something new.
we were looking for you.
All of them on the used market.
Yeah, that's all they used.
There are definitely some pros and cons to these. The main one being the I believe the guns on some of these are better. However, I don't think any of these have shields by default. No, hang on. The YT 2000 has shields,
YT 24.
and the 24 has shields.
YT 24 we could get used, or we could get a down payment and pay off a brand new one. It would have cargo.
What about a Nova Courier? It's 45,000 used. I like the way that one looks. I'm not sure how big it is. Oh, it's only 2 gunners, 2 pilots. 2 pilots, 2 gunners.
So literally like a little shuttle, like patrol ship.
Yeah, it's technically a smuggling vessel, apparently. Transport or smuggling vessel.
Oh, the Nova Courier?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said carrier.
Courier. Courier. Light freighter.
Hang on, let me see what we got with the YT 24 compared to what you're running right now. I believe those are better shields. Would you please let me move this window? Thank you. Better guns, I think. Yeah, it does one extra dice of damage on its laser cannons. Crew of 3, passengers of 6. Twice as good shields. Same damage reduction. Better threshold. 10 more HP. Better reflex defense.
It's actually a lot about our class that we can get used. Is the
Yeah, but how many of them are actual upgrades?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's looking like the YT 2400 is the big, or the 2000. Both of those big upgrades that you can get.
Let me see. YT 2000. I want to see what this looks like. YT 2400, and then the
yeah,
and
2400 and the 2000. The
and
2000 has the central cockpit.
Is that one of the
2000
ships we could have taken initially?
2000 is sturdier. 24,000 has more cargo and has an escape pod in the cockpit.
I like the idea of a escape pod, but
I mean, all ships have an escape pod, but specifically the escape pod being in the cockpit is the advantage of one over the other. They don't have to get out of the cockpit and go to the escape pod, essentially. Yeah, you can run more cargo, and I'll point out more cargo means more space for modifications.
yeah. Why does this YV545 look like the Millennium Falcon so much?
545.
Yeah.
The fuck did you find that?
545.
I found it in Rebellion era, I think. The book.
I don't know. I'm looking at Starships of the Galaxy right now.
I was looking in Clone Wars. Clone Wars or Rebellion era, one or the other.
Because it's a Corellian freight. It's the same company.
Yeah. If it's made by if it's made by Corellian, yes.
All these ones are Corellian freighters.
Corellian makes modular ships. So all their ships essentially have very similar design elements because they're essentially made with modules. Where you just mix and match them. And they're all kind of interconnectable.
Because it's 35K used. Class 2 hyperdrive.
Bring this up when we're considering ships. We technically don't own this ship. So
That's not what your forged paperwork says.
we can make it look like we do, but right now we don't own it or have any papers for it. A legal ship that we bought, I mean, as legal as you can buy something on Narshada, is a better look if we're upgrading.
Definitely I hate to say it, but I like the Nova Cruiser, or I'll stick to the YT because that's what the options are. The GM is saying what those are options. Double armored exterior, hull plating, reinforced bolt frames.
The Nova Battlecruiser, that's
The Nova Courier. That one was in. Oh, I think that was in Forced Unleashed. That might be not a book okay for ships. No, that one was in. That was in Rebellion era. That one. I don't have Starships for that book, so I've been looking in the other books.
Yeah, it's its own separate book you have to download off of Trove.
Yeah.
Or off of because Trove doesn't have the Sagas edition version of it anymore. You have to get it off of the wherever.
Yeah, the Nova Courier is
Do
essentially.
you guys want me to upload all the books to Mega again?
I think the only one who doesn't have all of them right now is Neo. That's up to him.
The only one I don't have is the Starship one, I don't think.
All right, I'll look into it later.
if we get the YT 2400, it's got 150 tons of cargo for every.
Be converted into more shit.
So for every 5 of that, we can get an emplacement point. So
yeah,
even if we drop that down to our current cargo, we'll get.
Yeah, and it already comes with a Class 2, which was what we were trying to upgrade to. It has a backup, so we don't have
to a Class 1.
Yeah,
but
regardless, it already has
an upgrade.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still an upgrade. It has a backup, so it's not an upgrade without a backup because that is actually a weird option. It is equipped with shielding.
All of them have a backup, even if it doesn't say. If it doesn't say it has a backup, it has a backup. It's usually just the slowest class. Legally, all ships have to have a backup.
Doesn't say it has any weapons though, so that would.
Yes, it does. It has a 5D10 laser cannon.
Oh, okay.
Which is a whole dice higher than what
I'm having to look on the wiki for the 20.
It's got higher. It's got better guns. Frankly, we can probably move our missiles over. It's got better shield rating. It's got double the shield rating of our current one.
Oh, there it is. It says it already has concussion missile launchers.
Right?
No, it doesn't.
That's the 2000. The 24,000 is not.
No, I'm looking at on the wiki. The YT 2400 has.
Yeah, that means it's pulling it from a different book, probably.
Yeah.
Which means it's a different version than what we're looking at.
We could pull over the weapon, the missile launcher. Then I got no problem with going to the 2400.
It's a whole. It gives us almost 50% increased fly speed. We go from 2 to 3 squares.
I'm liking that already.
It's got 2 more strength. It's got a whole another 8 dex. So we'll actually be getting a dex bonus on the ship.
Ooh.
It's intelligence, but
it means I'll be able to shoot better.
I will point out you will be losing some of your modifications, like the thing that lets you dogfight and count as the size of a starfighter for shit like that. You'll have to either somehow bring over your maneuvering thrusters in the negotiations or get new ones if you want to keep those.
From a 12 reflex defense to a 19 reflex defense.
Yeah, that's going to be the big one right there. Better HP, better shields, better AC.
Is there a way to modify this to where we can keep the dogfight thing?
That's
unique to just get the same modification or somehow carry it over.
No, fuck it. Yeah, no, I got no problem now.
Like I said, this one has a lot more cargo space, so there's a lot more room to grow than our current one.
Yeah, your original ship, the 60 was the default starting cargo space. That's the max cargo it could ever have without removing components.
Fair enough.
This thing has 150 as its default. Sorry, 120. No, 150. Sorry, I looked at the wrong number.
It's basically better in just about every
So you have more than double the space, which you can convert into more smuggling compartments, more components, more upgrades, more weapons.
All right, I guess we'll be doing it then.
Yeah.
Maps, so someone doesn't have to do a lot of work.
And it already has a map.
Wait, the 2400 does?
Yeah, there's one on the wiki.
Oh, okay, cool. I can grab that later. I'm not gonna do it right now because it's only like a half hour left in the session anyway.
I'm down for this as long as we I want us to try and negotiate for the same modifications and get our missiles. That's about all I care about.
What about our smuggler space?
Oh, that's same modification was under that. Yeah.
Basically transferring all the existing mods we have for our current ship to
Well, no, we're probably gonna have to negotiate.
You can't really transfer smuggling space, dude. That doesn't work that way.
We're gonna
you
negotiate.
buy new smuggling space.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So what's the total going to be then?
We don't know yet. We haven't gone to try.
Yeah, you haven't gone to go talk to a merchant negotiator or anything.
I'm also a fan of the fact that the gun is definitely on the Y2400 a turret on top and bottom, besides any other guns that might have it. So it's
then let's stop yapping out of character and go to the dealer and deal with it.
I'll put the other on the top.
Yeah, this was all you were discussing the current capabilities of our ship, and we're
I'm never mentally converting this to an in-character conversation.
Yeah, we're essentially having this conversation.
I've been doing that thing in video games where you just ignore when someone says press the A button.
Yeah. We're essentially all just got around around the HoloNet thing, and we're like, no, I like that one. No, I like that one. No, I like that one. And then Gil started making his argument. We narrowed it down to this. We're going for a 2400 used.
Okay. All right. So without further ado,
as a discussion before we go to the salesman for negotiation tactics, if we're attaching our name to the rebellion, are we willing to do that openly? Because I feel like I can upsell the ship that was there and help start the Mon Calamari revolution a bit.
I think we could do that actually.
I mean, they already probably have me on a list. I got nothing against it.
If it can get us more money, I'd say do it.
I mean, it's also a heavily modified ship, so we should definitely be able to sell it for higher than the normal price.
Actually, bringing that up, swap into a new ship may be the best plan after we got decided at the start.
I will point out, part of whatever negotiate trading value you guys agree upon is probably going to be predicated on you not taking your old modifications and just having to remodify this new ship.
Yeah.
Because you're going to sell the ship modifications at all to get the trade-in value you need to put a down payment on a brand new one.
So essentially, we'll just get the same modifications
somewhere down the road. Yeah.
All right.
Or right now on Mon Calamari.
I mean that'll affect the price of the ship you're getting because it's not going to come modified.
I mean, I assume any dealer worth their salt is going to be able to modify.
Some of the modifications you're also asking for are technically illegal, so any dealer worth their salt's not going to do it themselves.
Okay, we'll do it somewhere else on the planet.
Also, I will point out, the guy who modified your first ship is essentially trying to get you in on the ground floor of the actual Rebel Alliance here. And, it might be cheaper just to wait till you see him and see about if he can just hook you up on your new ship getting modified on the cheap.
I mean,
Like, I imagine they're going to want to outfit their people. I'm just saying.
that's true. Okay, well, let's.
We want to hold off, keep our credits stockpiled.
No, I think this is the best chance to get the ship, and then we just take it unmodified to the droid moon, and then to Tatooine, I guess. Tatooine. Where he'll be to meet us. Where
guy who modified your ship in record fucking time the first time around is probably the guy you want to do it the second time around.
Very well. Yeah. Let's go get this ship then.
Okay. All right. You go to the dealership proper, and there's of course a slick-dressed ship salesman there. He's like, "Oh, welcome. What can I get you for?" He's sort of a tall Twi'lek man who looks pretty well off for a
fucking Twi'lek. I said.
But, he just smiles. Well, this one isn't bad. So
okay.
This is like a tall, skinny, handsome. The features and all that. Like this dude who's this charismatic car salesman.
Okay.
What can I do you fine fellas for?
Market for a new ship.
Of course, a new ship. Do you have your eyes on any particular models, or just looking to browse? Perhaps I can interest you in some of our latest shuttles.
We were actually looking at the
white. So we're looking to browse for right now. What do you have?
She kind of takes you through and shows you one by one. Like we have a number of starfighters here, old trusty standbys. A few used Z95s. I think some we have a new one that we've just never been able to get it sold for years. I'm not sure. Just the market crashed on. Just forgot it in stock, and I haven't been able to move the damn thing. But it's good as new. I promise you. Some older. Things recovered from the Clone Wars, of course. Heavily modified Y-Wings. Some less modified Y-Wings. You've got one that's got like the old Clone Wars era armor still on it, one that doesn't. Those are their billion-year Y-Wings. We also get some freighters and transports. Yes, I was just getting to this. He kind of takes you over here to a larger like hangar area. It claps his hands and like the lights come on, like all dramatic. Like there's just an array of ships in there.
I'm gonna nudge Kiri, Jen. Let Jen take the lead on this.
What?
I'm nudging Jen, which is Kiri's character, to say let Gil take the lead on that.
You said let Jen take. You nudged Jen.
Yeah,
I
take yours for a minute. I was about to say I don't know that Kiri has the best track record.
I don't have the best track record.
Yeah, no, because Bly will have noticed that Gil, as soon as Jen started talking, spoke over. I'm trying to let Gil take the lead on this.
All right.
So to out of character, to cut things a little bit short, we'll go through the overall hour or so of browsing to make it look like we're not interested in the Corellian transport.
Which is what I assumed.
Yeah. And then finally, with some humming and hawing, look over the transport, saying, well, this would work for what we need, I guess.
Of course, good old Corellian engineering standby. This is one of the newer models. We only have new ones in at the moment. I trust perhaps that won't be an issue. Are you looking to trade up, perhaps?
Yeah, our old ship's good, but it's got some issues, and we're looking to upgrade.
Of course, it's never a bad thing to upgrade. And he kind of like makes a show putting his finger on his face and thinking. It's like, okay, well, what exactly is it that you're flying in these days? Let's see what we can do over in financing.
We're currently flying in a. Hold on a second.
That dynamic class.
Dynamic class freighter.
Oh, too many of those flying around, all handmade. It's not bad. I could certainly get a good price for one of those. Let me see.
Can I do a perception check towards your reaction to hearing that that's what we have? Like,
Sure.
did he tip his hand at all? That's something that's highly valuable to him and his business.
You could tell he was surprised. Like he was genuinely surprised you had one because he was telling the truth. He said there's not too many of them.
Okay, that's good. So
I could probably give you 30,000 for one if it's in good used condition.
It's in good condition, but we've made some modifications that we'll probably get some more out of it. I'm going to start upselling it to him.
I was going to assume you kind of do your best, kind of upsell the modifications.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to just give a quick, just like a charisma, like a diplomacy or charm or whatever you want to do. Thing you got.
Persuasion.
Yeah, persuasion. I'm trying to think. I keep forgetting what skill it is in this fucking system.
Roll that one. Well, okay, we're going to take the initial one, I guess.
Okay. He takes the sort of the value of what you have at face value. Says, okay. Those modifications, I could probably give you another 10 or 12,000 out of it, depending on, of course, on the exact condition of the ship. Those are some extensive modifications, after all.
The best part is the ship looks brand fucking new because of the repairs we just.
Yeah, you just got like a fresh coat of paint on it too.
It looks. This is the equivalent of taking your beat up piece of shit to the body shop, getting the full works done, and then immediately taking it to the used.
Pay $500 to get an extra $1,000 of value out of it.
Yeah. It looks.
Am I breaking even? Yes. But does it feel good? Definitely. All right. So at that roll, you basically take sort of the used face value of the components and essentially tax on another 1,200, bringing you to about 4,200 is what he would actually end up paying after looking at the ship.
Then
So with the hyperdrive fund, we're almost at 100,000. I think.
I'm going to start. I'm going to haggle him down for the. How much is the transport cost? What are you looking for?
These go for 130,000.
How many of these?
Was that?
Have you been selling that many of these? Come on.
Oh, on and off. They don't sell as fast as the older 1300 series, of course. Nothing ever does. But they're actually selling faster than the 2000s did, and a little faster than the 1250s do. So, I sell a decent amount.
I just realized the fucking rebellion's starting, so we can't really blue ball this guy and be like, "You're not going to be able to sell ships."
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to do another roll to haggle him down for it?
Yeah. Is there a barter?
I'm sorry, everyone's
Score
breaking up
persuasion.
for me. That's probably me then.
No, you're not the only one. Sylvia keeps breaking up for me as well.
3.
Like I said, I've been having internet issues.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
23 is a good roll.
Okay. Hang on, let me actually finish subtracting what he was initially going to take off.
We ain't. No one's Hank Hill here. No, you don't. You never pay sticker price.
And
I
let's
love
call
that
it-
episode so much where Hank thinks he's been like, he thinks he's been getting such a great deal, and it's like,
It's just
no.
a big sticker, yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, so it's 120,000 for the ship.
You make
Initially, he was offering 42,000. Brings it down to 78,000. With you talking him down, I'm gonna take that. Minus 2. He's going to take 10,000 off for you, which brings after trade in currently, well, at least the trade in he's offering for you, the 4,200 trade in. You're currently at 68,000 cost to buy the ship new.
Is that after the haggling?
It's after haggling, after factoring in the trade in value of your ship as he's currently valued it. So he's willing to take 10,000 off sticker and give you 42,000 for your ship, which will leave you with 68,000 to pay. It's currently where you're sitting at.
How much do we have total, gang?
What?
We have total. I've got 72,000 from 72. No, sorry, 7,200. I can put in.
Besides the 50,000, I've got next to nothing. I've got 500.
I got 4,500 or 4,050.
Be short. 5,000.
Gary, do you have anything?
Unless we've been given our
Yeah, that's
pay.
part of the 50,000.
Yeah,
Well, then in that case, that puts me at 50,000 being evenly divided, 12,545.
No, I was not counting the
Don't
50,000.
factor in the new money. Just what's your old money before we got paid for the 45.
45 stolen.
Total.
Single? 45 single credits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep in mind, he just restocked the ship. And
Yeah,
included
I'm
it.
certain. So that puts us, how much are we? We were what? 12? 18,000 short. So 68,000 is the total we need after trading.
Yeah.
That with minus 50, so that's 18. Then 72 for you. Well, 7, let's say. 4 from Red. We're 5? 5K? Short?
It's like 6,300 short. I persuade him anymore?
Yeah. Can he try?
I will point out, so far, your persuasion, your haggling, has been on the merits of the ship and its upgrades. You have not tried to sell them on the reputation of the ship yet. If you want to try that option, that'll allow you to make another persuasion check if you want to try and upsell who you are and what this ship's done. And if you want to lie about it, that'll be a deception check.
Let's lie about that one.
Yeah.
For a deception. Because I realized, I was like, we can upsell this as it being there at the side of the rebellion. This is also Nar Shaddaa, so there's a good chance that gets us on the list.
That's a 50-50 shot at being an upsell versus a downsell.
Agreed. Not getting great rolls on this.
Agreed. Well, it does. It does paint a good story, though. You tell all about the many jobs the ship's done. The scraps it's been in, and the things it's seen.
The fact
And
that
he
it's
does
been in regular maintenance every time because it looks brand new.
Yeah, he definitely seems very intrigued that this seems to be a very a high quality ship, even for its class. So he's willing to upgrade your trade in from 42,000 to
50. Jesus
Let me take a
Christ,
look
you
at-
need that 50.
You give a good, respectable, but not too outlandish number on the
Yeah. He's willing to pay you 5,500 for the 55,000 for the ship.
Okay, that's actually enough for everyone to have some change left over. Yeah, that's that's enough for you got Flux and Red to keep some money in your banks.
This does have a one engine, right? Or it
Got
was
it too, but we're gonna take a job from our favorite guy, and he's been part
Yeah,
of the
so that reduces after trading and haggling. What you pay out of pocket is just going to be $55,000.
So
So
feels
between the
good.
two of you, no
I was
problem.
going to just cover that.
Okay.
All right. You have successfully haggled and traded up to a brand new YT 2400 with that fresh ship smell.
And proper paperwork.
Yeah, probably.
That's
Yep. New ship paperwork comes included. That's not extra.
Yeah.
God damn it! Now I gotta get buddy with the ship computer all over again.
Look, maybe I'll have a nice British.
I
mail and not a
assume
British
our
mail.
speeder and our bots and everything we get to keep, right?
No, you
Yeah.
can keep all your stuff.
Okay. Right.
It's not like buying a house where you take the furniture with it sometimes. It's like,
I
I'm
was
about to buy this furniture at all.
about to like nudge Gil and say, we haven't really used that speeder once yet.
It's better to have it.
Yeah, but the one time you need it, you're going to wish you had it
Yeah,
if you end up selling it.
yeah.
Do you want to write dewbacks for another 5 days?
Oh God, no.
How big was the speeder? I don't remember.
Every time
It's big
every time
enough
Fly
that we
thinks about
put you in
selling
a
the speeder,
satchel and we all-
Gil just goes, remembers the dewbacks.
Yeah, no. The reason why the speeder's nice is because it's big enough. As long as we stick you in a satchel or something, it's big enough for all of us.
Yeah, it's basically like a little storage compartment that's big enough to fit you.
Keep the speeder? No, you can just ride dewbacks and jump into a smelly Jawa sandcrawler for our
One of us has to ride on the speeder instead of in it, but it's not a big deal.
Technically, we can close the moon roof and still be inside.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought one of us had to ride in it. I
No,
mean, on it.
we shake, transfer the paperwork, have everything in frankly probably Gil's name for the ship. I guess we get to choose a new name for the transponder codes at this point, right?
Yeah, you get to name and christen your new ship.
The Aluminum Falcon.
Not happening.
Oh,
I just keep hearing beeps. I can't use out names from that. To be honest, I think I would say we hold off on that until next session. Give us some
yeah, that's
time
fine.
to get over it.
Yeah.
That sound nice?
Yeah, sure.
Sounds fair.
The starting and getting switching out the map and everything will be something that
We
can do
still
between
have
sessions.
enough time. I kind of want to head to the moon, but that's about it. I
We
think
can
we have
easily do
enough.
that later.
I doubt you have any other business really here
Yeah.
at this point.
No, we tell him what. I guess we exchange cargo bays numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
And drop it off.
Yeah, all the details get worked out and everything gets transferred and everything.
including fuel and supplies, I guess.
I mean, the ship comes pre-fueled and supplied.
All right, so only food we transfer over.
No, it comes pre-supplied, as in it already has food.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
We'll just have more.
Yeah.
Is what we brought.
God, the random name generator is giving me terrible names.
Although that, if we think of this like a fucking, like a car dealership, we're like, hold on, let's siphon that fuel out. You didn't buy it. That gas is ours.
I'm not for nothing. I kind of want to take the food with us at least, so we have double supplies on the ship.
Yeah, it's ours.
Well, the thing with consumables on the ship usually is the consumables amount is how much space you have to fit food normally without using up
I'll
actual
take
cargo
up a
space.
ton of cargo space.
I'm about to say, yeah, you'd have to essentially store it in the cargo instead of the actual like pantries and stuff.
Fine. Yeah, no, I'm doing that with the food. That way we have,
Okay. You basically at this point you go out and get a bunch of shipping containers,
Yeah, the way I've always figured
load
is
your
that-
food in them.
Yeah, the way I always figured is like, in bulk, the food is in like in the cargo area. The pantry, that's the stuff for this week.
I'm on
Yeah, kinda.
Mr. Y on the top of our ship, but we upgraded to a good ship.
This also include the arms loadout permit for the ship, which we bought the license for the guns on it.
Yeah, you had lessons for the laser cannons.
Okay. So,
All that.
All right. Well,
Same. That's 2 months consumable. So yeah, you just have 4 months of food and stuff.
right.
Well, technically 3 because you spent a month getting here. But
Well, with that said, we finished that work, and I think we take off. We head to the moon.
Yeah, it's where we head to the moon on our new ship.
Yep. Take
It
out for
wasn't our
space.
transponder that they responded to. We had like a
yeah,
code.
you had a special code that you were transmitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'd like to think we can gather that code so that we still have it.
Oh no, that's
Yeah,
we,
that's something you can do.
We wipe the navigation charts.
yeah, no, Red.
Red could just do a quick use computer to be like to just wipe everything and copy it.
Make sure there's no
Yep,
data
hold on.
left behind.
Use computer. God, I'm rolling shit today.
Re-roll that. Yeah, use a point and re-roll that. We don't want anything left behind.
That's not how that works.
Oh, I thought it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
right,
not-
he's a droid.
Yeah, he's a droid. That's not how that works. He's also not Gil.
Rerolling is because I have a special skill to allow me to reroll once per day.
Yeah.
Oh, force points allow you to re-roll.
No,
I need to add.
they just add like +2 or something.
You add a 1d6.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. I will burn a force point on that.
We just leveled up, so it's now a 23.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you beat the DC 15.
Look, last ship got wiped. People had ship behind.
So
that stuff.
you essentially wiped it, and then you wiped the wiping of the wipe.
Hey,
That's what you're
just like
supposed to do.
just like File Shredder 25 Gutman.
Yeah. You're supposed to wipe your wipe. You're not supposed to just wipe it and consider it gone.
Yeah.
25.
You have thoroughly
25 times.
purged everything after copying it into a backup to transfer into the new ship.
That is. Goodbye, Frencher's Pride. You were a good ship for a while. I love this game. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
We'll have to get a new icon too later.
So as well, our ship is pretty much painted in default colors as well.
Yeah,
For
it's
now.
just the basic Corellian kind of grayish white,
That's good.
whitish gray, whatever the fuck.
Well, we head to the moon.
Doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, go to moon. I submit the code.
As usual, you get your little escort flying in.
Not our ship anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
I know. I'm just playing.
Life comes at you fast.
He just cloaked our ship with the feel that made it look like a new ship.
He lied to us. They're not rare at all. They're apparently so common you can make them into kit cars.
All right. Anyway, so yes, you arrive. They escort you in to dock to speak with the guy. I actually don't know why I didn't just take you to that map. So we just, yeah, you can see who you're talking to. And he's here with his assistant. When you disembark, he says, "Oh, I see your fortunes have led you to a new ship."
Yes, we were on Monkali.
Mon Calamari.
It's gonna have a new name every time you try
Cannot
to say it.
pronounce it. We were on
Moncala.
Moncala.
It's like Mon Calamari, but without the Mari.
We were on whatever. We were on
Mon
You can
Calamari.
just call it Dak. That's its actual name. A lot of people call it Mon Cala or fucking offworlders.
Dath.
Dak.
Dak.
Yeah. How are you messing up a 3-letter name?
Not I misheard you. We were on DAC during the when everything began. Interested parties have asked us to come visit you. See how you feel about it.
I see. And do you have any idea who these interested parties might be?
I will hand him the flyer.
He seems genuinely intrigued, and he says, "Interesting. I have heard that this nascent rebellion alliance has been looking to consolidate as many planets as possible under their auspices to try and create a united front. I myself have been working behind the scenes with multiple factions of our own movement to try and do a similar thing. Perhaps our goals might align.
I will lean in a little bit and say, they also are aware of what I am, like you are. So I think I can trust them, and I think I could trust you. I would be very interested in helping you bring this together.
All persuasion.
Roll of persuasion.
Yeah.
I'm not great at persuasion, but I'll try.
You're probably better than me.
15.
Okay. He kind of thinks about it and says, "That is interesting. Not too many people would be open or interested in such information, for lack of a better way of saying it. Not many people are friends of the Order anymore.
No.
Even tolerant of it, frankly.
Oh, he is completely
Any sort of
gone.
specific message about contact.
Flux. I mean, so you're gone.
Hello?
Hi.
You're back.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
No, you faded out. You were like, you're that scene where the person's talking and then they disappear from time, and
Yeah,
their
that's
voice
happening
just.
the old day where Discord's just not picking up my voice.
That's
Oh no,
weird.
it's not even that. It's not Discord not picking up your voice. It's your connection is fizzling.
Yeah, it's like.
Okay, yeah, no.
Yeah, it's like you're fading out of time but talking. It's like so you hear like an after image and then you're gone.
It's like your Wi-Fi signal is just shit.
No, I'm using Wi-Fi. I'm wired.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it's like right now. It's like you're on a Wi-Fi signal that's shit. So you really are having some internet problems.
Yeah, no, I have been for a bit now.
No problem. What was he saying?
To sum up that, since I'm not going to bother repeating all that, yeah, no, he's intrigued by the idea that someone else has any sort of interest or even tolerance of Jedi, the Order. And it was basically asking if they gave you any sort of specific information about contacting them.
I tell him, well, he asked us, they knew that we knew each other, so they seem to have a good information network, and they're asking us to bring you to, what was the planet? It was
Tatooine.
Dantooine.
Bring you to Tatooine.
Tatooine!
Tatooine, that's what I said, Tatooine.
Yeah.
D's and Daddy.
Dan.
And-
Tooine.
I think I am saying it right, but it's Southern
No,
drawl.
Alpha November Tango.
Dandooine, the Dand, right?
Dantooine.
Dantooine. That's what I've been saying the whole time. Has it been coming off as Tatooine?
No, it's been getting an extra T at the beginning somehow. You keep being like Tatooine.
Okay,
Like you're stuttering the D into a double top.
That's weird. I haven't been saying that at all. Dantooine for negotiation.
I was bad with pronouncing shit.
I've always been bad. Fuck off.
Yeah,
Dantooine for negotiations.
This is Stanima all over again.
Yeah.
I will
Anyway.
also, and since I trust this guy because he knows what I am, he's a separatist. He could have held grudges and he hasn't. I'm gonna pull
His
out.
entire station could have walked out and killed you at any time, probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out the tag. This has been who we've been in contact with.
He clearly recognizes it. It kind of has like an eyebrow, like a raised eyebrow. That is like that is interesting. Well, I believe my assistant and I shall accompany you. and speak for ourselves with this nascent alliance. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Fox. I trust this guy. I can tell other people's secrets.
Yeah, fuck off.
I trust this guy. By the way, do you know Varn's a clone?
I didn't say who. Varn doesn't
No.
look like your typical clone. I didn't say who.
Oh man, even so.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's because he's an old man now, do you? You don't know what old men clone look like in my universe.
Actually, in your universe, no. In Rebels, yeah, I do.
Yeah, well, Rebels is Duke Cannon. We're legends, boy. Clones are whatever the fuck I say they look like.
Clones are weird in Rebels, and I love it. But to
So
get back,
we're not in the universe where the new sequel trilogy exists.
In fact, new canon. We're in the universe where all clones look like Alfred Molina.
Well-
Dr. Octopus is running around with rifles.
I hope you keep in mind that telling of what people have told me isn't great. I'll hold that under your hat. But I feel
Yeah, he nods. Says very well. I could be ready to depart very, very shortly.
Unfortunately, our ship is brand new. Is there anything you can help us with to modify it, or shall we just? Our connection is who modified our previous ship. He could probably do a good job as well.
I can certainly, for the good you've done me, help fund any sort of upgrades you may need. We can discuss that more later once we have more details on what exactly you're looking to have done and how much it will cost.
All right. Well, we'll be ready to go and on the ship as soon as you are. Just I hope this works out for all of us.
Indeed.
All right. With that, I think we just go back to the ship and wait for him to show up.
Okay. Trying to figure out what's what on the ship now that I pulled it up.
Before we leave,
That's
I
interesting.
want to look at his assistant. Has he had any weird reactions at all to anything?
He's pretty stoic, pretty professional.
Cool.
This man knows what his job is, and he does it. So I also want to point out, because this is going to be important going forward, it looks like there's only one shared crew space on this entire new ship.
Yeah, there seems to be like a passenger space on it, but there's not. That's not a living space.
There's a captain's room.
The thing right behind 2 isn't like where passengers sit.
No, it's the escape pod.
Oh, okay.
One's the cockpit, 2's the escape pod.
Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, right.
Yeah. 3's medical, 4's a workshop, 5 is the captain's room, 7's a shared lounge, 8 is the crew quarters, and 9 is the storage hold.
Oh,
I think there's enough space for 3 guys and a robot.
Well, I believe this can hold 6 people.
Baby droid.
Sorry, what, Flux?
I said 3 men and a baby droid.
Although I will say, Flux better not try to be the captain.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, and it has room for 3 crew and 6 passengers. Assuming one of those crew is the captain, that means there's basically 2 crew bunks and 6 passenger bunks all in that one shared crew quarters area. So the passengers and the crew all basically bunk together, and the captain has his own separate room.
Nice. I got my own private quarters.
And now begins the who's the captain / main character fight.
Yeah, here comes Captain. I'm voting for Gil because he's the one that got the thing in the name. When people come on the ship, they're gonna assume Gil's the captain.
I will put out, Gil has been the face of this group for better or worse.
Yeah, good point.
Gil currently has the greatest claim to those quarters, except for maybe Bly, who does not sleep, I want to point out. It has no use of private quarters.
Right. He tries to find the most uncomfortable spot and meditate.
Yeah, no, I typically sit in the fucking cargo bay or on a
Just you're one of those people that sit cross-legged on couches and just kind of like chill.
yeah.
Top of one of the
It's like,
droids.
that reclines, right? Yeah, but
Sweet.
I'm cross-legged.
In that case, I could stay in the
Also, I
crew's
would
quarters.
point
I
out,
still have a private room.
I would point out, Red, you went from essentially a closet for engineering to that entire section for engineering.
True.
You've been upgraded.
Yeah.
Upgrade the crew quarters if we want for replacement points. So.
You can upgrade to proper crew quarters and then just keep 8 for just like, hey, if you want to book passage, go sleep in the bunks.
No problem.
An actual toilet on this ship. Just
Yeah, that's right there.
Let's.
It's right above 5.
And then the one in the workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one at 4. There's one in 4. There's one in 5.
We can finally poop without having to really worry about the escape. About the.
Gil gets his own toilet with a shower.
We've all just been pooping on the fucking cargo hatch and then leaving and opening it. That's how.
Just
Really dangerous.
Here you go, hyperspace, another load.
Your ship was designed thousands of years ago, back when man just stuck his butt out the airlock.
Yep.
The vacuum of space, deal with it. That's the
Republic
your life.
toilets on the ships. Never upgraded.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's good. I think this was a good session. I really liked it.
I did too.
So to finish it up, we're bringing this guy to the Dantooine meeting spot.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
And he's
Oh, wow.
and the pay we're getting out of it is he's willing to front the cost for the modifications of our new ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as it's
Or at least
not-
part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, or at least part of it. That's up to negotiations with him and with Vaughn and everything.
okay.
I'm keeping in mind that Gil is not doing this out of the kindness of his heart, so I'm trying when
He's
I'm
doing the
talking.
kindness out of his wallet.
I'm trying to make sure to keep that in mind whenever I make a deal.
The other thing is with that cargo space being as big as it is, and the rent being in the cargo area, you also have more space for a better speeder.
Yes.
We didn't tell him just because we were doing a lot of things happen there. Can we retcon that we told Val that the calamari need to go to phase 3?
Yeah, sorry. Oh, I completely forgot.
Yeah, no, you can retcon that. It's fine. I honestly, until you mentioned it, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I did have the long calamari to give you guys a message because it's been like 3 weeks and I forgot about it.
It's the notes for Orish. I think I can remove him. He's probably gone.
Can we retcon something else while we were on the one planet where I could do this shit and not get in trouble? And I took Gil with me. I cleaned out our stupid armory. With the 11 a blaster.
I'm just going to assume that you sold that shit when you were moving your supplies.
And it's a half.
You
whatever.
had a little garage sale on the loading dock. The day you transferred chips and sold all those guns.
All right, so it's half cost of what it is.
Yeah.
We sold
Okay.
we sold a bunch of blaster
I'll
to some
I'll add all
orphans.
that shit up off of my paper, and then I'll tell you guys. How
You
much.
may have just armed a gang war. Yeah.
A bunch
Yay.
of little plucky orphans. They want They want the blasters.
An old
Before
black
I-
woman now messaging you, just reprimanding you about ripples of the force.
Before I just sell it all, there was 2 blaster pistols, 11 blaster rifles, 3 vibro axes, and 4 other blaster pistols for some reason not under the first 2. Anybody want any of that? Anybody demand any of that? If not, I'm just gonna toss it all sold.
Yeah, I suppose a blaster pistol would probably be nice as a backup.
All right, I'll mark off one of those blaster pistols as you took it. Anybody else?
Nope.
Okay. I'm keeping the utility belts and the rebreathers and shit because that's not weapons. That's
Point
tools.
out if you, what you're really keeping is the stuff in the belt. You know, you could just take that out.
I could, but that's a lot of work instead of just writing down 11 utility belts. It's then 11 things of this, 11 things of that, 11 things of this.
Fair enough.
It's so easier just say 11 utility belts.
I have a picture now. Every time you run through your utility belt, you just drop the empty belt on the ground. It's like, I got another one in the ship, whatever.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Disposable belts.
You know, I'm gonna sell that, then I'll write down in the room how much it was. I'll calculate all that real quick.
Okay.
Our ship.
You acquired a famous ship.
Our next plan is to stockpile 100 million credits so we can get a cloaking device.
Exactly.
Fuck yes.
100 million credits.
100.
Is cloaking actually a fucking thing in Star Wars?
It depends.
Yes. But kinda.
Yeah, it was a thing in the older eras, which was essentially Stygium cloaking, which was actual normal cloaking. But the crystals needed for it are not really a thing anymore, and they're stupid rare. Current era cloaking is Hybridium, which is double blind cloaking. So they can't see you, but you can't see out.
Essentially turns you into a submarine.
It turns you into essentially the old Vulcan Vulcan, old Romulan cloaking.
Yeah, it's literally. Do you remember that episode of fucking Clone Wars that was just fucking Das Boot?
Nope.
It's that same kind of cloaking thing. Yeah.
I like the idea of Das Boot cloaking.
And we spend 8 emplacement points, we can get a hangar bay, so Kiri can get a starfighter.
I'd actually be down for in a fight. Kiri goes out in a starfighter.
Fucking landing door opens and a fucking snub fighter just flies out of it.
It would cost pretty much all of our
Cargo space, though.
Yeah, there's other things we want to get.
Maybe if we can save enough for a carrier.
I'd like to get another gun, more missiles.
I will point out, peek behind the curtain. If you do fully align yourselves with the rebellion, there is the option of upward mobility within the rebellion ranks and possibly getting larger ships that way.
a hangar bay would only take 40, so we would drop from 160 to 120, which would still be double what we had if we wanted to get that.
I would like to get our missiles back, another gun. I want us to have 2 guns instead of just 1 turret. And smuggler, of course, we need that back. Was there anything else that... Oh, the maneuverability. We want the maneuverability.
I will point out, one thing about your whole get another gun thing. Each of those guns has to be independently controlled.
Yes. It feels like...
do we have the number of people to use?
Everyone currently has a job on the ship.
Yeah, but Gil didn't really do a lot except the missile. He could do...
Co-pilot.
He's co-pilot.
Co-pilot.
Gil co-pilots, and frankly, if you get the missiles, you could also get a forward blink laser if you wanted, or ion or whatever.
Control instead of the missiles.
That's mounted where the cockpit is or wherever. That he can control instead of the missiles. Yeah,
we could get a pilot operated weapon as well.
Yeah,
gunner, pilot, and stuff.
Oh, so it doesn't.
Usually, pilot operated weapons are interchangeable between pilot and co-pilot. So. Essentially, it's a weapon you control for the cockpit. The Falcon actually has one. The Falcon has a single laser cannon, essentially where the cockpit is.
So that
can only shoot forward that Chewie can fire.
Could we get a laser cannon and a missile between the 2 of them then?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, that's cool.
The thing there is either A, you'd have to, if you're going to use both at the same turn, it would have to be instead of moving, I believe. Actually, no, it depends what kind of moving you do. I believe Kiri could still move and then shoot one of them.
He could still do standard movement, and as long as he's not like doing double or anything fancy, he could move and fire.
Yeah. Okay. And they don't necessarily have to be locked to which one they do. So, like, Kiri could one turn move and shoot the laser, next turn move and shoot the missiles. While Gil shoots whichever other one.
Okay, yeah, no, that's
So depending
cool.
on whose attack bonus is needed more rare.
And I'm still controlling essentially the turret.
The turret gun, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I like that idea.
All right, I'm gonna head out. I got a few things to do.
Yeah.
Red, like I said, I'll write it down as soon as I've done calculating everything.
Writing what down again?
How much everything sold for, so how much you get.
Okay, sure.
Alrighty then.
Was fun, Red.
We
was.
But
we have a new ship.
Yes, we
you
do.
do.
Now we
Yes.
just gotta fix it.
We actually can have the speeder and a ping
You call
pong
it
table.
the you could call it the Insitter. Going with Red's idea of just changing the names of actual fucking ships of a series.
What exactly
Wait,
is
what's
Insider?
the original?
The,
Yeah,
the Outrider. The 2400 is the same model as ship
Oh,
that
the Dash
had.
Thunder had. Nice.
Yeah. This is the Shadows of the Empire ship.
I like that game.
Oh, by the way, I'm already at 5,500 from just selling the blaster rifles. So this is going to be a good chunk of change I give you guys.
Okay.
Nice.
From your gun your gun thing.
Yeah. 700 each, so that's 5.
Piloting check.
What, Flux?
Kiri, what's your piloting check?
My piloting check is plus 12.
So yeah, I'm at a 10. So if we did want to get you a starship, we wouldn't be losing that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, used starships are actually not that expensive.
The only question though is if we do go down that route, could we actually get the starship out of our ship?
You got to
Yes, that'd be part of the conversion. Essentially, where the ramp is would get moved, and then part of the bay would be converted into an actual hangar with like a hangar door and everything.
Okay.
Alternatively, another way of thinking of it is you could also get sub-Corellian ships did sort of a almost an umbilical docking thing, where a ship would just kind of like mount on top of it by the gun, and then just kind of like detach whenever it needed to take off, and sort of like how the gun works. There's basically like a passage that goes up into the fighter.
Yeah, no, a lot of, especially when they made the cartoons, they were big favorites of making fighters like that, where they were
They just like attach to the top or bottom of a freighter.
Or the starship got converted to be part of the ship. It would look like it was part of the ship, but not quite.
Yeah.
The Rebels crew had a cargo ship that would detach and a fighter that could detach from theirs. But when you looked at the ship, you didn't know that there were. That's
but like imagine looking at this if like that whole section with the cockpit like connecting hallway and all like broke off and then like flew away and became a fighter. Like it's that's an option.
I'd be down for that.
hyper transceiver, which would let us communicate with another ship at unlimited range.
Yeah, at some point, getting the thing that lets you actually talk outside of the system would be probably useful.
I think getting that before the fighter would be a good idea.
Oh, no, actually, I like the fighter idea because we need.
I mean, you don't need a new type of communicator to talk to the fighter. Your basic comms, as long as you're in the same system, will work. But yeah, if you were to ever like break up and go into, different systems, for some reason, then you'd need the special type of communicator to talk outside the system.
Yeah, hence me thinking we might want to get that before getting the ship.
Oh no, we're talking about getting all of this essentially at the same time.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, now not the fighter getting the conversion for a fighter. Fighter's going to cost pretty penny.
Oh, that's going to cost. That's going to be.
This all is going to cost a pretty penny. I don't think we're all in bulk, dude.
Yeah, I figure some of this will be done in stages. Yeah. And again, forward thinking, if you're staying with the Rebellion, a lot of these upgrades, if you prove yourselves useful to the Rebellion, will likely be something that they will assist you with.
Yeah, we got
over time.
We got room to grow. Is what we got with this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like, eventually, if you guys were like, hey, you're doing good work for us. Hey, one of your guys is a crack pilot. What if we gave him a fighter? We modified your ship to carry it for you, and they gave you like an X-wing or an A-wing or something. X-wings, A-wings haven't been made yet, but
By the way, we still have those 2 encrypted comm links just sitting in our storage. Does that actually do anything better than a normal comm link, or is no?
No.
All right, so they're just comm links.
They're just regular comm links who have been encrypted. Any comm link can be encrypted.
So there's no reason to have those, is there?
Not really, no.
Really?
Unless you just want extra comm link. You still have to decrypt them to use the comm link again, but...
Yeah, no, I'm just kind of gonna... They got tossed, I guess, unless anybody have objections. Flux?
I mean, unless there's like decrypting it and getting some data would come from it, I don't see a reason.
No. Essentially what the encryption does is it requires special codes to speak into it, and it gives special information when transmitting on the correct frequencies to a receiving end to basically say that it's authorized to be communicating, and that it's like, hey, this is totally who it says who I'm saying it is contacting you, and not just some rando who just gets the frequency.
Do you have to enter anything to make that work? Because if not, oh, okay. And we have no idea what that is.
Again, they're essentially locked. You have to unlock them, and then when unlocked, you have to transmit on the correct frequency to one in range, which is designed to accept the said frequency and codes to recognize it as, okay, yes, you're part of like our team squad.
Okay, that's gonna be...
In most scenarios, these are useless to you because the only people who would be able to pick it up and acknowledge that, yes, this is a thing that's like legit, are dead because you've killed them.
Fair enough.
Like, each individual squad would have its own encryption for their squad, so that all their communications can be verified as being from members of their squad. So when you kill the squad of stormtroopers, you have rendered the encryption essentially useless and just basically preventing you from using the comm link. Remove the encryption.
Flux, it's 2K each.
Okay.
It came to 8K total, mainly because there was 11 fucking blaster rifles.
We could get a medical suite. Give us
That would be useful.
Yeah, I would like a medical droid and a medical suite. It'd be nice.
Oh, did we take our droids
Or at
with
least
us?
an active tank.
Yes. Good. I didn't want us to forget them.
Yeah, all your possessions are with you.
2,500 is what I got.
This ship has so much
I
potential.
just realized that would have made up the difference is if selling the guns and weapons.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential with this ship.
our